Welcome into a very special edition of Target Score. Live from the Mondays Cafe in downtown Winnipeg, Manitoba. I feel like I'm on the cast of Friends.
I don't, because there wasn't any colored cast members on that show.
That is very true.
They were in New York, and there wasn't a single colored person on that show.
Knew something felt off about this remake, right?
That's D-Ball Sarah. I'm Joey Slattery, Taylor Allen, and Matt Bonomi. Matt Bonomi, D-Ball Sarah from Target Score, Brampton Taylor, and I from Target Score, Winnipeg. And we've got a nice little crowd here. Hello, fans.
The real
Appreciate you guys all
MVPs.
coming out here. The real MVPs here today. Thanks to Mondays for hosting us. I'm drinking my $2 large coffee in this beautiful green cup. And I also got a little memento from yesterday. I found this in my bag. It's from DJ Burns' bottle of champagne.
Oh, nice.
Got a little aluminum cap. So maybe we'll give that away as a prize. All right. This is thanks for everybody tuning in. The chat, sorry, I'm going to be leaning a lot here because this table. But thanks to everybody tuning in here. Chat's already going off. Now that we've had a little bit of time to digest this was I'm still kind of buzzing from last night. It's funny. We tried to go out and have dinner last night. We tried to go out. I was done. You guys were really done.
As
you
soon
guys
as we got back to the hotel, we just crashed.
Let's go back on your day, how you got to Winnipeg and when you went to bed, starting from the Eastern time you woke up.
3 p.m. woke up. Matt picked me up at 4. No, sorry, a.m. Sorry, 3. See, everything's a blur right now.
My God.
3 a.m., 4 a.m. He picks me up. I got frisked at 5 a.m. at the airport. If you haven't heard already, I'm not going through it again. But yeah, I had an episode at the airport. And then we landed here at we had 2 delays, which were each an hour. Then we got here, what time? 11?
You got interviewed on the plane?
I got interviewed on the plane, 11 a.m. And then you picked us up, went to your place, got ready, and did our first live show from the building, right?
Yeah.
And then went to bed last night at 12 p.m.
That's Central Time.
Yeah,
so
that
1
would
o'clock
have
your
been
time,
1
yeah.
a.m. our time, which if you know about me, I take a magnesium pill at 8 p.m. and I'm ready to go to bed by 10:30. So I was dying last night. Unfortunately, Matt's a pillow talker, so it was a little later than I wanted.
Why does
it
that
to be.
sound way worse than it? Like, why does that just sound?
Right. What are you dozing off all day yesterday?
Oh, I don't know. I was awake. I was wide awake. Actually, you know what, Joey? You kept the cap from DJ Burns' thing. I kept the cork. And when D was snoring, I just canned it right up his just shut him up last night. We TikToked from like 2 a.m. to 3, though. That was pretty good. Well, D wasn't awake, but I was TikToking. That's what you could hear it at 2 in the morning.
That's why I went viral this morning.
Well, nonetheless, how did you guys feel about the game that people here? I mean, how tough was it for you guys to get up this morning and be here? Andrea, also shout out to Andrea because she supplied our extension cord.
We're giving her a producer role on this episode.
Yeah, so she gets a producer credit.
Yeah.
I like that idea. Yeah. Maybe we hit up Zwieke. Also, shout out to our sponsors, Holt Dental, Zwieke, Mondays, and Finn McCool's. But we go to the campus and have a rewatch party.
And Ian
Ian
and Andrea gave us a cool bag of Winnipeg-esque things to remember.
Yeah, so Genie Cake, are we?
Can we go through it? Can you show it?
Yeah.
Go through it?
So these are Winnipeg staples, apparently.
I want to eat this right now. I keep saying that, and
so
no one's
apparently
bit on
blue
this.
plates and a fork here. They're Winnipeg.
John
Blue, I
McTavish.
just noticed Blue Bombers colors.
John
okay.
McTavish said at least there were no cavity searches. So
okay, so Jeannie's Bakery, she says that you either love it or hate it.
Yes,
Taylor.
this is the great debate of Winnipeg. Like,
open it
seriously,
up. Open it up.
No one is
Opening it
indifferent.
Are we doing a live taste right
I'll
now?
open it up. I don't care.
Okay, wait. Let's see if we're pro or
actually wait. Everybody at Mondays might get cheese at this. So
But lots of people who grew up in Winnipeg then moved to other
I'll
places. When they visit Winnipeg, they'll take this like on the plane back to Toronto or whatever, Calgary, wherever they moved to and stuff. Like a lot of people love it. But again, there's a lot of people that are
because you gifted it to us, but you're not big on it.
Is this like a Yule log? It gives me like a Yule log.
Okay,
vibe.
Matt, go in.
But yeah, you have to get to the bottom because there's a cookie crust at the bottom, which I think is the best part of a Genie's cake, personally.
And there are different kinds.
Yes, marble, chocolate, excuse me, white, and banana.
Okay,
my
I
dog's
can't
here
eat
right
banana,
now losing
so where's
his
banana?
mind.
How do I know what one's banana?
No, I think
to a mukbang.
Like you could get different options. I think this one is just whatever one flavor itself.
Okay,
Matt, just eat it already.
Target Score's taking a
I'm
sharp
trying to
turn
know.
into the food.
I got to do this in the
space.
Fat
We were
Boy
talking
today.
Fat Boys
Yeah,
yesterday.
I
Genie's
Fat Boy this
cake.
afternoon.
You know what normally
CEBL.
happens is I'm not allowed to use utensils in my house. My parents never trust me.
If
So.
you thought we were talking about basketball today, you were sadly mistaken.
He's not allowed
I didn't get enough of
around
that.
allowed Sharp objects. Okay, Matt. Oh, so, okay, we got a nod. So you're into it?
I mean, one sec. I gotta get a big piece here.
You gotta get the bottom. Get that crust at the bottom.
I like the ASMR there, Taylor.
You know.
Okay.
This is good.
Okay, so we're pro. Okay, let me
Okay,
try.
there we go.
You're not the only one eating here. Let's go.
You want this
good.
fork?
No, hell no.
Thank you. This is good. I'm on the right side of this.
Okay.
I think it's just literally like the Yule log, like Christmas. Yeah, whatever the crunchy on the or like the.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
In all
So
fairness,
Taylor, you're pro on this.
So growing up, every single
That was
Allen
great.
family gathering was a Genie's cake dessert. So I'm all Genie's caked out. I've had probably a bazillion Genie's cakes in my lifetime growing up. So I'm over it personally. But Grandma Allen, she could eat this for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Oh yeah, that slaps.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Wow,
That's really
okay.
good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat while you guys
Yeah.
on here.
Sounds good. So that was our Genie break scare. Genie
Thank
cake
you for
break.
that. Thank you.
Jen, watch
Thank
out
you,
there.
thank
And
you.
last thing, we got the dill sauce. We're gonna
Yeah,
get at the
pass that down.
airport.
The
So-
real
just
the real
literally-
star of the city
Yeah,
right
you just
there.
have to get your fingers in there, grab a big slab of it, and just eat it as is.
That's
That's the
fantastic.
delicacy that it is. But hey, as you're eating that, let's get into a little basketball talk here. Man, what's that?
No, D's offering.
Oh, were you?
He's not
Actually,
sharing. That thing was never coming back this way.
Just go hand bomb it.
No,
Just
no.
hand bomb
Joey
it.
needs a
Just
new
hand
stick.
bomb it.
give me a fork.
You want this? Oh yeah. Okay. True. There we go. Don't worry. Other side?
Yeah, don't trust you that much.
We share mics, Joey.
I don't know where that mouth has been.
Singing the sweet word of the Canadian Elite Basketball League, Season 8.
I'm really happy that
Have
you
you
got
had Genie's
marbles.
cake
Like, I
before?
love
Yeah.
marbles.
Yeah.
See,
okay,
I just said
okay.
I've never used a fork. Joey's using the other side of the fork.
Actually
So
kind
your
of talented,
parents worried
honestly.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joey's a spooner.
Wait, you're pro? You're pro this cake?
I'm in the middle. I don't.
Middle ground? I missed that
It's
part.
okay.
Okay, so we have pro, middle ground. and
Sick of
then-
it. I've
you
had it
don't-
so many
you
times.
don't like? Oh, okay. I missed that completely.
No, yeah.
I was
sorry.
just I was in Flavor Town there for a minute.
Shout
I
out
had no
to
idea what was going
Genie's.
on. Oh, that was good. All right, Linus, you're up. You want to?
He's like, yeah, what?
Oh, there's more forks.
Linus is my
Oh,
dog.
thank you, man.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, let's talk hoops.
All right.
Keep these local. We're definitely gonna be cracking into that in a bit.
Oh my God, I got.
Make sure that's central to something, D. Don't put that anywhere deep.
You know, one thing I forgot to get yesterday that I'm actually a little bummed out
Thank
about. I
you.
didn't pick up the score sheet at the end because it was a historic day for Winnipeg.
Mhm.
That's like the one thing everybody's been talking about, and the chat's already going on about it, and was on beforehand. Like the buzz in yesterday's building, 12,500 people is a lot of people. D, you shot a video, and I think you shared it on Instagram.
Wow, just put him out there.
But it was
Yep.
we shot the video you took from the angle, like from where the stage was, where we had the trophy presentation. Like it was full, like the upper bowl is a horseshoe, and I thought it was the greatest setup because it looked so incredibly cool. And now that the videos are rolling in, I had some time to see the feed on social media. Like seeing the footage from the upper deck was actually kind of the coolest footage. Because I feel like when you're in the upper deck, like you can see all of it. Like you see the whole full lower bowl. Like sometimes when you're sitting close to the action, it's kind of lost on you, like just how big it is. But when you're looking down at it all and you see all the people below you, like it looked phenomenal, man. And I was thinking, like, thank goodness Winnipeg won, because what a disappointing day it would be
Oh
in
my goodness, we're
Winnipeg.
Crickets,
If
like,
especially Brampton, and no offense to the Brampton team, but like it just like it's kind of been like the high and low in terms of like attendance and fan engagement. Right. And it just be like knowing that like the first thing people ask me is parade. And David Asper alluded to that they didn't want to announce plans. They didn't want to jinx it and to stay tuned as to what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be a parade per se, because it's tough. These players.
Who's
all
going to
gotta
even
go.
be here? Half these guys
That's
are
what
off
I
to
mean.
Romania basically to tomorrow. So
They might have to be a little creative with what they do. And I don't know what that's going to be. But regardless, like that was the reaction of the fans, right? It's like the fans wanted something, like it meant something here. And honestly, like Sean East just didn't have it in the second half.
Mhm.
You know, I watched a little bit over and I'm looking at it like, you know, Sean East was just dependent on too much that game. And I think it was just Xavier Moon didn't look. It's not even like his game is elevated. It's the weirdest thing. It doesn't elevate his game in these moments. It's even keeled. Like I feel like he plays that game like he would play a preseason game or the first game of the season, where it's not, he doesn't do too much. And I think that is a very impressive characteristic to have as a basketball player in those moments. I know he's played all over the place, all over the world in front of a whole bunch of fans. When you have 12,500 fans, like to turn that hero button off, that has to be tough for a guy like that. I didn't think he forced any of his shots, including that last one that he missed. I thought that was a great shot before Simon hit it. But even DJ Burns, that was a great find inside the key. Another guy, like just the poise down the stretch to finish that game off, I thought was really good. Because I'm thinking if I'm DJ Burns, I get that ball inside, I'm going to draw the foul and try to win it at the foul line. But instead he draws it over, and then the defender cheats off because I think it's going to Osborne, which makes sense. And that's the value of Isaiah Osborne. He's the closer. He's the guy that's hit those shots for most of the season. And then it's just a wrong decision because it did feel like Simon had all the time in the world to take that shot.
Yeah. Which is ironic because he's got the quickest like touch and release. Like that's what I was saying to Matt. I'm like, how do you get that shot off, right? And then of course the game-winning one is the one where he had time to think about it and he still knocks it down. But to your point about Xavier Moon, it's just the level of difficulty of those shots and how easy he made them look. That's what blew my mind. Like the high arcing shots, right? Like just how effortlessly he made those shots look. In the biggest moments of the game, and like I said, back-breaking moments. Every time Brampton caught momentum, he just seemed to find his shot. You just love that term, don't you?
Why are you looking at me? Every time something controversial said, my head goes to the gutter. And
but you don't even have to be a basketball expert to be watching that game or any Sea-Bears game with Xavier Moon and just be able to tell, like, this guy is different, right?
100%.
Like, this guy is not way better than everyone else, but like he's just on another level. Athleticism, his shot making ability. And also yesterday, I kind of took a moment because I was like, you know what? There's a good chance that this is probably his last CEBL game ever, right?
I got that vibe after the interview.
Yeah, exactly. And he really kind of alluded to that. So like he said, like he didn't think he's even going to come back to the CEBL ever, right? So just it was pretty cool getting to see, the league's GOAT, right? This guy put this league on the map all those years ago. And now having another moment like that, and even though he's won 2 titles in Edmonton, he said like this one feels even sweeter. So getting to see him like have that moment with over 12,000 people, like the best vibe in the CBL history, and for him to be that guy in that moment, it was just kind of like, okay, like this is kind of a perfect way to end his CBL chapter.
You know what? I'm going to go to this right away because I don't know if the Sea-Bears will end up doing retired numbers. I know they retired 33, but that's a special circumstance for Chad Posthumous. But if they're going to honor numbers, because this is the craziest thing. He's really only played
8 games.
8 games as a Winnipeg Sea Bear. And they are the most impactful 8 games in Sea Bears history. And it kind of goes back to like, if you're an NBA fan, you watch the Raptors. Where does Kawhi Leonard, like, prior to him coming back, or if that ever happens, but going to that 2019 season, he played 1 year. And that was the guy that was the X factor that turned that team into a championship team. I mean, a lot of these guys, they've been here in 2023, 24. There were some new guys. We've seen guys come in and out, but we've never seen a guy come in like Xavier Moon, embrace that pressure, knowing the pressure. He said he didn't feel pressure, but what he brought with him in his resume, hadn't played in 5 years, and everybody's wondering, does he still have it? Certainly did. But do you have to now put his number in the wrap? Because Teddy Allen's going to go up there. Xavier Moon.
But Taylor mentioned this last night, right? There's a lot of young kids that came last night. This might have been their introduction to the CBL, their first time watching, and now Xavier Moon is their GOAT, right? Much like Kawhi is to a lot of basketball fans in Toronto as well. So there certainly has to be a conversation about that, right? Again, small sample size, but I mean that's just the league and the way it is.
8 games just feels kind of crazy to retire a guy's number. I was being honest.
No, retire, not retire.
Or honor, whatever. I get what you're saying. Yeah. But I mean, I see what you're saying, but 8 games is,
And the like legit, you think about how the players that they lost just before the playoffs.
Insane.
There's nothing about this team that screams out. And hey, let's be honest, Trey McGowan, that was one of my favorite clips of the year. And he wasn't being like salty about it. He's just like, yeah, like we noticed in that first round of the playoffs that wasn't as many people as we expected in the crowd. We saw the comments. We were and he said we were laughing about it in the change room, just kind of like you don't know what we have in store. They were so confident they were going to beat that Mamba team. They only had 2 turnovers in that game, and then they played an even better game in Vancouver where they were really not like they were the underdog in that game. It wasn't a debate. The Vancouver was expected to come out of the West. And then this Brampton game, kind of the same deal. I felt like they were on the same playing field in terms of underdog because Brampton probably shouldn't have been here either. But Brampton got guys back, right? But the other challenge to that is, and Alex Serta said this too, head coach of the Brampton Honey Badgers, we haven't seen them play together. As much as we're happy to have all of our stars in, we're really kind of experimenting in the moment.
Right. And I'm sure Matt would agree. Like, having Roddy back was great, but then now you're compromising the Tyrese Hunter experience, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of saw that last night that neither of those guys were able to kind of find their fitting or any sort of consistency. And I mean, I revisionist history and looking back, like, do you think Serta kind of regrets how he played that and maybe just leaning more on Tyrese based on, you know, his performance in the playoffs so far versus Roddy, who just came in like that was his first postseason experience, and did it mess up the chemistry of the team? Would you agree, Matt?
I like this side of the couch, not saying anything, just listening. This is not.
This is like the least.
Oh, I love not hearing your voice.
I've been sleeping the last 6 minutes. One of the things that I think was kind of interesting too, when I think it was you and I, Joey, and Brampton the other day talking to Lenny about the roster, and he said Jameer Nelson Jr. cost a boatload to get him here if he wanted to come here, and they didn't want to match the contract that Puerto Rico was offering him because, one, it's a better opportunity for him there in terms of making money, and two, if the level of play is higher or more beneficial to his style, then stay there. But he also said it comes down to the chemistry thing too, right? Like, do you want to bring a guy in for the last 5 games of the season? Like, it's kind of like the Mitch Creek argument. Like, if Mitch hadn't played in Vancouver, would you bring him in knowing he's that good at that point of the season to try to add some sort of reinforcement? And I think that's kind of what happened. Like, the Roddy suspension thing, I think will, as much as he played before that, I think that also kind of screws things up a lot, bringing him back in, as weird as that may sound, just because, like, yesterday he came off the bench again, which was fine. But that was, I think, the second game they all played in together.
Correct.
They'd only played 1 minute and 46 seconds prior, and that was game 1 of the finals. So in my mind, that's a pretty gutty way to try to test things. I mean, especially in the biggest game of the season. But that's, I don't know. Like, I think that's something you look at, like you're saying, like, kind of, would they maybe regret that? I think that's something that you would look back on and kind of be like, I don't know about that. Like, I mean, there's so much star power there, but same thing with Jameer. Like, if you brought Jameer in again, nobody would say no to that guy on their team. But at the same time too, like, you have so many guards. It's like the Cam Tyson thing. Like, the Cam Tyson drop off was like something that would be in the 30 for 30, right? Like, he was the best 3-point shooter in the league throughout the whole season.
Broke
and then,
the record like halfway through the
yeah,
season.
for regular season and playoffs, and we hadn't even hit the playoffs yet. And that fall off was something that was a result of having too many guards on the court. Like, as soon as he had less space to run around, like, his best time was when they were at Summer League.
Mm-hmm.
And he had all the space in the world to kind of do a track meet in the offensive end and create space. But then when those guys came back, like when you had Flowers that was brought in, then you had Sean come back, it was like there's too much going on here that he has no space. So if you added Jameer in there, like, I think that would have been a nightmare. I think Roddy obviously not clogs up the offensive end, but I mean, he's another piece that you have to play in the puzzle, and you're not going to win if you have too much presence on offense. Like, nobody, like, there was one point in that game yesterday where it was like, who wants to take shots?
Yeah.
Like, there were so many options, and Flowers went to the bench. It's like, oh, well, this will obviously be East, but then East gets locked down. And then it's like, well, now there's nobody to take shots. And then you end up like with Ambrose Hilton taking threes or whatever. And it's like that, if that's your offensive opportunity or that's the opportunity you get, that's not like, you're going to stack up poor possessions. And then against a good team like Winnipeg, you're going to kill yourself right away on that. Like, your game's over pretty quick.
Well, I know, like, Trenton Flowers too. I'll tell you 2 things. Sean East, when I got in the gym, he was the first guy on the floor, like, well before anything was going on. That guy was dialed
the Nets
in.
weren't even at the
They were at
height.
your height.
Yeah, at the Fish Price height. yeah.
They were D-sized. Yeah, but he was in there, you know, and this guy was locked in. I do feel for some of those guys, particularly Sean East, who, you know, isn't an outspoken guy. You know, even when everything was happening in Brampton in the Scarborough debacle, like, he was a guy that wasn't getting into it. Like, I felt like he was the one guy that had, like, okay, like, we have a real opportunity here. And he's built himself quite a name in 2 years, right? I kind of felt like from in Edmonton last year, he had his Teddy Allen moment, what Winnipeg had in 2023. And people were shocked to see him go to Brampton. Then you start thinking, wow, like, 2 of the top players in the West last year teaming up in Jameer Nelson Jr. and Sean East, and he doesn't get that. Still finds his way to the finals, and just, again, had no help. And someone brought up that he was on the chat that he was looking frustrated in the second half, and he probably was. You know, it's one of those games. It's a bad time to have a bad game, like, as a team. And I thought Sean East did what he could. He hit some great shots, but on the flip side for Winnipeg, you had Jelani Watson-Gale, like, the one guy, the X factor in the first half. If you don't have that first half from Jelani, it's a totally different second half. I just want to show, like, the Trenton Flowers thing. I'm walking out of the building to go get some of the stuff to set up our live post, and he's walking out. You can hear Winnipeg, you know, just like cheers kind of in the distance, and just like to hear what he yelled out once he got into the stairwell, like when he thought he was like all alone, was just like, it kind of I saw him after he saw me up there, and I said a word to him, but it's just like you realize how much these guys care and how tough it is, and probably realizing like did I have more? I know they leave it all on the floor. Like this isn't an effort thing, but those questions that come out as you're walking out, it's just like, what could we have done? Like you're probably replaying the game in the moment. And that's the other thing. These guys have to get over the loss. Man, it's one thing to come out on a championship hangover to your next team. It's another thing I'm sure it's motivating in the moment, but the deflation of how close we got despite everything. And we talked to John Ross, the assistant general manager of Brampton. We talked to Al Whitley. They talked about like this team is special, and we wanted to have that 5, 10, 15, 25-year reunion with this team. We talk about that championship we won together in Brampton. A lot of this goes into it, and it's tough for this team to turn around. But Winnipeg peaked at the exact right time. When it looked like they weren't going to peak at the right time, they did. The dog agrees with me. But they peaked. It looked like it was all going downhill in that last 3 games, right, Taylor? Like, you and I talked about it. We talked about how everybody thought Saskatoon was going to walk away with that game, and sure enough, when that playoff turned, it's a new season, right? And we kept saying, once the postseason starts, whatever you did, the good and the bad and the ugly, don't matter anymore. It's now done, and now it's one and done. And I don't know what Winnipeg did to just tune that out and tune into or lock into the playoffs, but it was special.
I thought what DJ Burns said with us yesterday was very interesting. He was saying, once that kind of crazy week was happening where they lost Teddy, lost Acott, lost Jeremiah Tillman Jr., that everyone kind of just like aired some of their grievances, right? And they just kind of like had this big team meeting, and it was kind of emotionally made it sound like. And then after that, it was kind of like, okay, this is the team that we got. Like, let's roll. And it's crazy that just watching those guys in all 3 of those games, it's like no one outside probably believed that this team could go on that run. Like you just watch those guys and the way they were talking the whole week and the whole process, like they believed the whole time. It didn't matter that, guys like me were saying, they're probably going to lose round 1 against Saskatoon. Best case scenario, they'll maybe get past them and go to Vancouver and whatever. But like, no, those guys truly believe that. Yeah, we lost 3 starters. No problem. Simon will step up then.
Mhm.
DJ Burns will step up then. And then DJ Burns as well yesterday saying like, you know what, like a few weeks ago, I was considering leaving. Like I was barely playing on this team. Like I was like, I'm kind of wasting my time here.
Was that you that asked that question? That was a great question.
Yeah, and thankfully for the Sea Bears, that guy stayed, because without him, I mean, we're probably not sitting here right now with the Sea Bears championship shirt, wherever that went. But
no, you don't want me to.
There you go.
I was gonna get my shirt out. My sort of boys shirt.
Right.
The thing that's so cool about this too is, again, we've like said this so many times. The expanded season now, this being the second year, 24 games regular season, adds so much more because stuff comes down to the last game of the season, literally, with Vancouver and Winnipeg. But the other thing that's nice too is the beauty of like a lot of professional sports is the best teams are often don't win. And again, that's like regular season. Like again, Scarborough, everybody and their brother had Scarborough penciled in. It was Miles Powell, Frank Mitchell. Like
what's this handle of a guy says would have loved a Scarborough Winnipeg final. Like that's in the chat.
That
would have been a fight for sure.
Yeah.
Would have been a fight. For sure.
Choice of words there.
Just shots fired. No comment.
It's like no.
Okay. I just said shots fired. No comment. But I don't know. I'm not referring anything. But the
XO204.
Bring him in. Bring him in.
What's up, man? How's it going?
The flex himself.
Nice to meet you.
Oh my God! You want to take us through an arm workout or something?
Hey, he's the guy. See, everybody knows. It's like, oh, it's the flex guy from the big screen. It's the flex guy from the big screen. Hey, man, glad you made it in from work. That's all. He was literally just on the chat. I brought it up. He's like, oh, I'm going to come into my lunch break. That's awesome. It's not even his lunch break. You might actually be fired. We have no idea.
You mind benching can you bench the couch for us?
We need a little elevation here, Eric. Come on.
Matt's got a man crush. Okay.
Just got to appreciate good physique, man.
Try to get back on track here now.
Yeah, let me get back on track. But the best teams often don't win, which I think made that even more exciting. Like, it almost felt like, again, that comment too, like so many people were like Scarborough, Vancouver. And that's why we said yesterday, it was almost better that Winnipeg didn't win, as much as people argue for seeding. There's a lot of talk of, do you want to face 3 or 4 out of the West in Edmonton or Saskatoon? And obviously it worked well in Winnipeg's favor. But that's what made this so exciting. Like, again, we didn't think Brampton was going to be here. Like, I if I'm being honest, you and I talked about this.
After 7-1, we definitely had.
Yeah, we were on our high horse, man. Like, I was renting cars for the parade. That probably wasn't going to happen. But point being, like, it's nice that there's so much parity in this. And then, in a way, for a league that's taken so many slaps in the last 3 weeks. It ends on a nice moment here where new attendance record, this and that. And the one thing that you were talking about earlier, where I was calmly listening over here, I had my Calm app playing in my ears. The one thing that I thought was most impressive about yesterday, which I thought was really cool, and a ton of people deserve a shout out for this. I think Phoebus was involved in a lot of it, but was the media coverage, like social media coverage, the videos that were playing, like the Oasis video that played yesterday,
That was
like
cool.
the
Matt
photos.
knows who
Oasis is, yeah,
now.
all of a sudden. But like the video today, there was like My Way, Frank Sinatra, like all the coverage and stuff was like the video or the photo of DJ Burns laying in front of the logo, like all that. I'm like, man, this is like, I just feel like we've never really seen that type of coverage. And again, I think that's no coincidence that if it's in Winnipeg, you're going to get the best stuff because everybody out here in the media side is so talented. But that was nice too. It felt like it was like a real pro finals that got the attention that it deserved. And Joey, you were talking about the view. Like if you're up top, you get a better view. We had a pretty good view from what level was that? Like the 200 or whatever.
Yeah.
The suite level.
Yeah, the suite level.
Never sat in a suite in my
No, but
life.
it's funny because I think we really wanted to be closer to the action initially, right? We're like,
But it was a better
courtside be
seat.
sick, or even the 100 level, but to be in the 200, that really gave us the full like Winnipeg experience. Like, I'm really glad that we got to see it from there,
It was,
just to see everything. Like usually when you get prompted to do the towel thing, you do the towel thing, but fans were just doing it regardless, and they were just
Dude,
amped the entire game.
There was I can't remember because everything's becoming a bit of a blur. But there was a break before target score time, like a little more than 4 minutes left, where the refs were reviewing something, and then it just suddenly got loud.
Yeah.
And I remember because I like the earpiece I was wearing, it was like a 2 earpiece, and it's like it's supposed to block the sound out. And the mic does pick up, like my mic's always on, so I can pick up a little bit. But I had it in my bag because I couldn't hear my producer, so I was trying to like muffle the sound there. But then all of a sudden, I'm like, no, this is normal loud in my ears. And then I just took a second. I'm like, nothing's happening here. I pulled them out, and I was like, holy cow. So I did give myself like a moment to just be like, this is wild. And to see all the towels. And the one thing that I really appreciate about Canada Life Center, you know, because I know the Jets have taken a ton of, hits on their game day presentation. And I've kind of gone back on this a little bit because everything's so brand new and everything's so state of the art and electric, right? Like it's just your kind of generic, intimate stadium. Like even the fans in the lower bowl feel like they're right on top of the action, despite the fact that there's quite a bit of like pay or floor between where the seats start and where the court is. But it feels right on top of you. And same with the upper deck. Like everything feels like you just had 12,000 fans like right on top of you. And man, Winnipeg fans are unmatched. And I've lived all over Canada. And I've said this before, and I'm not just saying this because I have this recency bias of this great experience, but Winnipeg is the best sports city in Canada. The way they show up for all of their teams. You know, I'd make the argument they're not the best NHL city, but they're the best sports city in this country. And I think last night was a huge example of that. Just everybody whipping out those towels, making noise. Like it felt, someone came to me. It was one of the athletic therapists on the Sea Bears. She came over and she's like, it's been like target score time loud the entire time. Like it's been target time towels for the entire game. And it really was like, it did not stop that entire time. And
Sorry, go
I was going to say Trey McGowan's brother, Bryce, NBA player, plays for Portland?
New Orleans.
New Orleans. Okay, New Orleans. Yeah. Bryce McGowan's. Anyways, he was at the game yesterday.
Yeah.
He came to Winnipeg
Nice
for
guy.
the game. Yeah.
Super nice guy.
And this is his first time at a CEBL game, you saying, first time in Winnipeg. So I went up to him after the game. I said, Bryce, you're the NBA guy. Obviously, you see, packed buildings all over the country and whatever. What were your thoughts on the atmosphere here in Winnipeg? And he's like, dude, I was blown away. Like, this was so cool. I loved the smoke and the fans were all into it and the towels. Like, this was awesome. Like, his face was lit up. And again, this is an NBA player. He's seen Madison Square Garden, TD Garden. Like, he's been all over the place, right? And he was like blown
I was
away.
gonna say, hopefully Pelicans games is not his standard.
Yeah,
or what he's comparing it to,
yeah.
but
You know what? Even
On the
does
away
anybody
games,
go to
on the away
Pelican
games,
games?
yeah.
No one goes to Pelican games. They don't even sell tickets.
But 41 other games that he
right,
played.
exactly.
But even before all this, like you look at the tumultuous season, to be fair, it started pretty high in 2024 because they were coming off that first season, where a lot of people feel if EJ and Asike were still there, they probably would have had a much longer run in the playoffs. But I remember talking to Byron Mullins. Byron Mullins was a first-round NBA draft pick. He was a starter in the NBA for a year with the Charlotte then Bobcats. And I remember just asking him, like, how does it compare? Like, don't try to put wool over my eyes. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm just very curious. Like, from a player standpoint, it seems very special here. I know that I'm biased, but I'm like, how does it compare? And he said straight up, he's like, there are few arenas in the NBA from an atmosphere standpoint that can compare to this. He said maybe playoffs, and there's certainly like the Madison Square Gardens and the Boston Celtics. I think he took a hit the Knicks, if I recall
You would
correctly.
say the Celtics.
Well, of course.
Just subtly put that in
Yeah,
there.
it's the greatest.
No one ever
greatest-
said
One
that,
reference
Joey,
per
just
show.
that.
He somehow slides
Yeah.
in.
But he did say with the Knicks, I'm pretty sure he took a shot at the Knicks saying like, but a lot of the energy's negative. Like, because
Yeah.
at the time they
Yeah,
sucked,
yeah,
right? So it's like more you're getting people booing and stuff. But yeah, that was but he said like, if you go on a regular season game, compare a regular season Winnipeg game to a regular season NBA game in most markets, this is what, like, you don't get this. You don't get this engagement. You don't get this excitement. It's an exciting, fun place to play. Go ahead.
Two things. One, the towel thing that you said to us yesterday was crazy. Like Joey was like, they did this. Winnipeg did this sunglasses handout or something at one point, or sunglasses giveaway, and you were like, man, people want towels, and I'm thinking like, sunglasses. Obviously, you can use those more. Towels just get hung up in your room or whatever. There was D and I were looking after the game for those
We're
towels.
trying to find
Yeah.
a
There was. I'm
towel.
like, dude, I went full. Like, if you looked at aerial view of my
Matt
like
went row
map
by
around
row
this,
looking for towels.
was going
Maybe somebody
everywhere.
accidentally dropped
got
out.
what's
We couldn't
it-
find
This
a
is
Strap
towel or
Winnipeg, man.
whatever.
Yeah,
People are
but-
cheap.
yeah.
There's no way someone in Winnipeg is not going to take home something for free,
I
man.
said it,
We
yeah, I
love
said
our
it.
freebies in Winnipeg,
I
man.
set a record on the 5K on my Strava, but and then the other thing that I think Joey, you and I were saying, or you were mentioning to us too, and D and I had a good view of Al Whitley and Lenny Asper and Jermaine Anderson, and there were points where we would look at them and they were kind of like in awe, like they'd look around and it was like, okay, this is what. And the last time Sean East had 38 here, that national television game where they won 88-86, and it was kind of like, whoa, is this team legit? Winning a game in this building is like harder to do, or the hardest thing to do in this league, probably when it's full, especially. But Serta said to us it was like 5,600 or 5,700 people, or 6,000, just shy of 6,000. He said like it was like, it was good. The crowd was into it, but he goes, it was like we were ready for it. And I'm thinking like yesterday, I mean, 12,000 people or almost 13,000 people. I mean, I don't know how ready you can be, or you could be completely ready, but I still think that's
It'll still
going to
throw you
shell
off.
shock you a lot. And again, to see Al Whitley kind of look around and be like this is a guy that won with the Mavericks, right? Like he's been in those situations where it's like, whoa, this is like, I think I'm not going to say they weren't prepared or they weren't ready, but I think no matter again how prepared you are, I think that's a little like stunning at times. And your best guy, like Trent Flowers yesterday, that looked like he had 20, I think, still or whatever, but there were times where he looked like he was just not nervous, but like he was locked up and kind of just like,
Well, dude, like I'm sitting behind the timeout, like because I was more on the Brampton timeouts because they were the ones calling it and losing at the time, and it's like hard to hear Alex Serta, like, and not only like, and it's funny because it wasn't like because they're just going nuts with the loud, like that dies down during the timeouts, but you have people behind the bench that you can poignantly hear yelling at them, right?
Mhm.
Like, and like you have to get past that, like they're yelling at Serta, like wrong play. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That guy can't shoot. Like, but it's just like, it's because it's so small. Like you can hear it, like they're right beside you. Like it's so cool. Actually, I want to bring this one up. We got handle of a guy. This is Nick, who I met in Brampton, who's actually from Kingston. And he was at the Brampton game
Oh, I
because
heard
he's
about
just a
this guy,
massive CEBL fan. He said he's been watching the podcast for a number of years. So what's up, Nick? Glad you could tune in. And if you're just tuning in, we're live from Monday's Cafe in Winnipeg.
Mondays on a
this
Sunday.
isn't the Friends set as much as it looks like it. And we've already got don't
really
I-
recasted this one.
But Nick says seeing the atmosphere in Winnipeg compared to Brampton was crazy. Another one brought up, and because he had another one where he says finals have to keep being played in Winnipeg unless another city can prove they can sell a crowd in the same way. It creates the best possible product of a finals and the best look of the league, which does go to your point. And this is the thing that I've been harping on is the growth. Winnipeg.
Toss out a code on the Winnipeg tourism website.
But this is the thing that I've been saying though. When it comes down to that growth of the league and what Winnipeg has kind of shown can happen, there's still some responsibility. I think the teams do a good job. Now all the teams have owners. We're in an era now that like this is I think the first year where every team is officially owned, right? Because Saskatoon was bought last year. So now you've got a group
Some
of
guys
owners
own two teams.
and a board of governors. Yep. Yeah. But see to that, and you still don't get the responsibility. It's not you can't do 2 for 1. Like now you have to spend the money, whether it's the teams in the league to market this to be the big deal that it is. What the league got last night is a ton of content of what the ceiling is, at least for now. And if you can get that out in Edmonton, and let's be fair, Edmonton does a great job. They just haven't been playing as well. And Edmonton got spoiled early on because of Xavier Moon with those 2 championships. The first year they lost in the semifinal, right? And their ownership has done a great job at retrofitting that arena. If you ever get a chance to go see a game at Edmonton, it's one of my favorite venues to go to because it is theirs.
Yeah.
You were there.
Very intimate. I loved it. Yeah.
And it's got it's their colors. They have their championship banners hanging year round. Like they're not rolled up when, because another team's playing in there. Like it is the Edmonton Stadium. Vancouver's done a wonderful job. But this is what it has to be. Like you don't have to play in the NHL arenas. That's not what I'm saying. But I think you have to do a better job of making that your own and trying to tell people that you get what you put into it. And that's what Winnipeg does. They put into this, right? So they've made this what it is. You give David Asper credit, give the team credit for their marketing and hiring the Phoebus Delapazes of the world, who I give a lot of credit to for making this league as cool as it is, because you see those cinematic videos and you want to go to the game, right? But the broadcast crews should be there. They need to feel the energy. They got to sell it on TV, that when I'm watching it on TV, I want to go see a game in the venue. I want to go see it. I want to see what that atmosphere is like. But I think, to that point, it will get there. I honestly think it will, where we won't have to worry about, if this team gets in, what's it going to look like? It's just going to be, I'm a CEBL fan. To go back to the CFL thing that we were talking about, like CFL fans, yes, they cheer for their team, but they're going to go to the Grey Cup. I'm not trying to go into the neutral site thing. What I'm trying to say is, like, I just want to go to the finals. I don't care who's playing anymore. Like if I want to see the best basketball teams go at it. I want to see the trophy. Dude, that trophy's beautiful. Every time I see that trophy, I'm like, what a phenomenal creation, man. Like, then I went last night and I got to hold it and I was like, this is like, it just feels cool. It's such a unique and awesome, totally Canadian trophy. But this is the floor. This is what we have to consider the floor, and the ceiling is everybody looking like this to their degree. Whether Vancouver in Langley or it's Calgary at Winsport Arena, but you got to make it something that people want to go see.
And the one thing that Shannon said yesterday to us in passing a couple of times was kind of, again, the CFL thing. Like CFL is what, 150?
It's the oldest pro football league in the world.
Matt, for those
Toronto Argonauts are the
Shannon's
oldest
title is.
Tyler called her trophy woman yesterday.
What is her title?
She's the assistant. She's the vice president of.
I'm not good with titles.
Marketing or something.
Not
No,
a
just so
title
people
guy.
know, like
VP,
Shannon is somewhat with the league, right?
She's very high up with the
Yes,
league.
yes.
But she said to us yesterday, like the thing that we need to be reminded of constantly is this league is only 8 years old, right? Like it's still in its infant years in terms of growth and development, and to have these problems now, I mean, like you learn things as a kid, right? The league's young; it's gonna learn, or people in the league are gonna learn as things go on. And again, this is a total new takeover of people as well, right? So it's going to take time to understand these things and to figure it out. But the Winnipeg thing, I think now is certainly something that's on their minds, right? Like Joey, you bring up a good point.
She's the COO.
COO, yeah.
COO. Yeah. I think the thing that people now will think of is, like, you're a fan of the teams, but you're also a fan of the sport. And that's one of the unique things. Like, again, the CFL, you'd be able to know this pretty well, Taylor, is like how, again, you could be a Ticats fan, but you just love Canadian football. Like the amount of times you'll watch a Grey Cup and there will be jerseys from like different teams there. And I'm like, well, the Red Blacks aren't in the Grey Cup, so why is somebody wearing a Red Block? Like,
I want that.
Like the sport, right?
That was the other cool thing. Sorry, about championship weekend last year was like, because there wasn't a ton of fans that were traveling other than Niagara, that I thought like bringing 50 season ticket holders was awesome. But like you did see the odd jersey even when they weren't playing because they were already there. Mm-hmm. And like even the fact that they had extra jerseys at the Target Score or the Tracksuit Brothers, like they put on Niagara jerseys because they were so mad at Calgary. But there was that passion too. It's like the host team lost that Calgary team that, like, last year Calgary was the villain. This year it felt like Vancouver and Scarborough. Like last year, no one liked Calgary except for Calgary, right? And seeing those jerseys, like 100%. And I think we need to see more of that. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But that was a cool part of like when you have a neutral site. It's just like, well, I bought I remember talking to a girl last year. She's like, yeah, we were hoping Vancouver would get in because she was wearing Bandit stuff and she had her son. She's like, but we're like, oh, we've never been to Winnipeg, and we're going to check it out. We love the league, and would have rather have seen Vancouver, but man, we get 2 games basically for the price of one. It kind of felt like a little NCAA. They were going to the finals and they were flying out on the Monday.
And if you can't believe that too, like if you have trouble believing or thinking that people from here will come and watch these games, even if their team's not in it, the Ticketmaster prices for these games were like, or for this game was absurd. Like there were courtside seats for like $1,500. And I'm thinking, well, like you said to us earlier in the week, like these will sell. Don't like. I'm thinking like, man, we can't get people in Brampton for like $25. I'm like, these aren't going to sell. And then I'm looking on there and like 18 total tickets for the lower bowl left, and they're all resale. And I'm like, how are people? So like, I think when you and I looked at the top level there, when they opened the bowl, it was like $30 tickets. And then 30 minutes later, I refreshed the thing and they're all gone. And I mean, those were the cheapest tickets by a mile. And that's more expensive than, again, the average ticket we would have in or the cheapest ticket that we would have in Brampton as well. So I think the crazy thing is you have some pretty obvious indicators here. One, people love the sport and love the league. And two, people are willing to spend time, energy, and money on whatever, whenever, wherever kind of thing, and specifically here, right? So I'm like chips all in. You guys were talking about this the other day. Like I'd be chips all in on the league doing this every year here. Because I think people.
But the thing is, though, if Seabears
Yeah.
aren't in the final, there's not going to be 12,000 people at the game. There'll still be fans there for sure,
right.
but like
I think
that atmosphere would not be the same without
So
the
to
Seabears.
their point though, because this I know this has been floated. Like this is a thing that I don't know how seriously it's been floated, but it's like, what if you do Winnipeg for now, like for a set amount of years to try and build that? But is it better to have it in Winnipeg with 5,000 fans or like a packed
100%.
lower bowl that makes it better to shoot? They have best TV quality for the broadcast, and then
But,
you get.
but are you hurting the league doing that? You're not allowing the
Not if
league
you do it
to
forever.
grow, though. You know,
That's fair, but like think if the revenue's coming in, that you're getting the ticket sale revenue, you're getting the TV broadcast revenue, because if like let's just say you're going to Scarborough right now, it's not great for TV.
You can't even fit more than
right?
like 1,000 people.
It's so cramped. So like again, like, and it kind of goes back to the original conversation we were having on our last podcast, like the Winnipeg podcast. Like it's kind of hit and miss depending on where you're going to go. Like you're still playing roulette. It's just like whatever happens, we're going to have to deal with it. But if you have this, then you can, and if you know it's going to be in Winnipeg, it's like, okay, well, we can all book our flights, or we're going to have these, and then you cancel them with like the insurance or whatever, right? So maybe you can bring your season ticket holders and show them like, this is what the league is. Like, this is what we're aspiring to. You don't do it forever, but if you do like a 2 or 3 year run with it, where it's like, at least we know we can plan this, we can try like, hey, what if we took the trophy presentation from here to here? Like, you can try different things to see what it's like in a place that's built for production. I'm not saying it is the answer, but I wouldn't dismiss it right away. I think if you go to your best possible place where you know the people love the league, because that's the one thing too. Like, we're in the chat, people know who Trenton Flowers is, right? They know Shawnees, they know the Miles Powells. Like 2 years ago, no one knew. Like half our podcast were us just trying to explain who these people were coming in to try and set up the game for people to have an interest, right? Not anymore. Like I get DMs about other teams and other players, right? It's a lot of fun. And I think we don't lose that here in Winnipeg. But this is XO nice. I like this one. What about a neutral site in Quebec City? Right? Like look what happened. So to the neutral site, they had a all-star game with the best of the rest who are still in Canada. And there was like 7,000 people or something like that in the Videotron Center in a city that doesn't even have the CEBL, probably didn't know what the CEBL was, but they were just basketball crazy. Like maybe you do something like that. Test your markets. If you have an arena that you want to go in, let's bring the final there. They're not going to pack the final. Maybe that's an idea that we don't expand there. But I don't know. There's so many options to go. This is like I went from being after that game one to like, oh, like we got a lot to do now. I'm like, there's a lot to talk about. Like, this is actually kind of fun. Like talking about that young part of the league. Like we're 8 years in. We've already lasted longer than the WHA. We lasted longer, or the ABA. Like all those only got to about 7-8 years before they folded, right? So now we are past that, and now it's kind of a new beginning, right? So, but hey, before we get going, we have fans here. Let's. Do you guys have any questions? Anybody want to bring something up here? No pressure. No pressure. Put your hand up like we're in class.
What's D's shoe size?
If you have any questions, yeah. How tall is D? I heard. Oh, yeah, 5'1". Sorry,
That's generous. No kidding.
Yeah. But if you have any questions, because we have the chat, people are going here, but you can put your hand up, say your name. But I want to make sure you guys feel like you're engaged here. But yeah, no, I'm not totally opposed to that. But to Taylor's point, I do think like for growth of the league, like I want to see my team play. But if you're only going to draw like the same, and you're not going to have any extra production value, and it's not going to look great for highlights on TSN, Sportsnet, whatever, then you know what's the point? You still got to promote the league as a whole before we start worrying about the feelings of small fan bases in other areas. Yeah, it would suck if Vancouver had to play that game in Winnipeg, 100%, right? And they'd have arms up in the air. But this is the same argument we have with U Sports every year. What do you do with the U Sports tournament? Because certain schools are like, well, we want to play our championship game at home. We don't want to go to a neutral site. But then you go to some schools and no one shows up. So it's like, well, if you had this opportunity to, I don't know, partner with the CEBL and have it on a CEBL court, like it would be awesome if Manitoba or Winnipeg hosted a U Sports Championship or even a conference championship at Canada Life Center, right? And then you have it that way where you can market it all year. Andrea.
What changes do you think we'll see, or do you want to see within the league next season?
So Andrea's asking.
How much time
I'm
do
just
you
gonna
have?
repeat the question.
First change we're making is deleting a little more of this cake.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Andrea, who brought us the gift of the cake, is asking what changes do we
Only
think
seems
or
fitting.
would we like to see made in the off season?
Oh,
Who wants to
thanks,
take
dude.
this one
Thanks.
first? Because I've been talking a lot.
Want any of this?
Taylor, go.
What changes do I want to see and think we'll see? I
Thanks,
think,
man.
yeah, no problem. I'm a waiter here too. I think they might just stick with the 1-game finals moving next year.
Ooh.
Honestly, like
I
I think
like it.
they tried the 3-game thing, and I think they were hoping that was going to work, and obviously for reasons out
No,
of.
but say it did work out, do you think the mindset still would have changed?
It's hard to say,
'Cause
but
it's like
like
the
I
biggest
think
what
what
if,
we saw
right?
yesterday though is kind of like, okay, like maybe like do we really need a 3-game series? Like, yeah, most sports leagues, they have a series and stuff, but like this league's entire history has always been a 1-game final,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
And I think yesterday everyone was happy with what happened, right? Having this
Except for
1-game.
Brampton.
Well,
Well-
but I mean, like just having a winner take all game. Like I don't think anyone's like, oh well, this is lame. They didn't play a series, right? So
No one's thinking that. Like, do
No.
you guys feel that at all today? Like the game canceled. Like, do we even remember that this was supposed to be like?
Yeah.
Everybody's shaking their head. No,
For
like,
sure.
Everybody enjoyed it.
And another thing, like there was some talk that the league is considering maybe shifting away from having Canadian.
So that was go ahead.
Yeah, and then you want like having a Canadian ratio, having to have a certain amount of Canadians on the floor and the roster and whatever. But you watch that game, that moment yesterday, seeing Simon Hildebrand,
Mm.
the local kid, knocking down the championship-winning shot in his own backyard, and it's like, how could you watch that and then say, hey, you know what? Let's get rid of the Canadian guys. I think we should just have all the imports out there and whatever. Like, no, like what made yesterday
Yeah.
even much more special was the fact that there was these Canadian guys, the local guy, being such a really the centerpiece of this whole thing happening.
And my thing, Andrea, to your question, is the thing when it comes to changes, my biggest one is what I don't want. And that's the Canadian rule to go away. I love the CFL has survived on that for eons and the level of Canadian football play has grown to the point where we have Canadian quarterbacks playing in the NCAA and are now starring. That was forever like almost a guaranteed American role in the CFL.
Tyson Philpott, receiver for Montreal Alouettes, he's on pace to break the receiving record in the CFL.
Not by a
this
Canadian.
season. And he's Canadian.
Yeah, but not by a Canadian.
No, by
the
the CFL record. It's this
So,
Canadian receiver.
The roots of this league was as a Canadian development league. The Simon Hildebrands, if we make that change and we break that, that U Sports development element to it as well, we don't get another Simon Hildebrand. Because why would you waste your time going to a school and taking a chance on a kid if it's not a designated spot? And look what it's done for a guy like not only Simon Hildebrand, Diego Mafia.
Friggin'
Diego-
Thomas Kennedy.
I look at Diego Mafia, who was a big name in BC basketball because he had a 96-point game in his high school championship.
That's it.
And he was big in BC, but then he got national spotlight with Vancouver, right? Because he was a guy who can contribute. And we've seen these guys in different varying levels. Some never play, but they get the development practicing with these players all the time. They get to sit on the bench, see how these guys take care of themselves, and having the opportunity to play in your own backyard. I mean, for you guys, this is a thing that the league always wonders. Do fans care? Do you like the fact that we had a Simon Hildebrand or a Canadian in general? And I'm looking around and everybody is emphatically shaking their head. Yes. Like, I think this is, a case for, why this is so special. Yesterday we saw, we've said this before, but I think this is like the season really, but we saw Simon Hildebrand go from a U Sports kid, a good story, to a man in his own backyard in front of the fans that know his name, know his family, that have watched him grow up, that went to his games at the University of Manitoba before he had the opportunity to go to the NCAA, which I think was, put on steroids in terms of the opportunity after playing in the CEBL to get those looks at those schools. Those are great stories that I don't think we should abandon. So I'm kind of cheaping out here, but I would say I think my thing is I don't want to see a change, and that's the change I don't want to see. My change I want to see, in-person broadcasts.
I literally just took it
Yeah.
right out of my mouth. Like,
You go for
I mean,
it
we
then.
all work on that side of, and it's to me, it's a joke. And I guess I know there's financials and whatever things behind the scenes that restrict it from happening, but like to not have your ace play callers, calling the game from within the building, it totally changes the experience and it totally changes the call as well.
I have a different change. One, I think I agree with the whole Canadian thing. Like, I think bringing Canadian players back in and like almost setting someone out to chase these guys down to come back to the league and giving them a reason to come back. Like I look at Thomas Kennedy. Like Thomas Kennedy was great in this league when he was with Scarborough. It was fun to watch that Rod Black call of him slamming it to end it, and he's like, oh, whatever. It was like that was terrible, but
that's pretty spot.
But where's your Rod Black jersey? But like I want that guy to turn around and say like, oh, I want to come back here. Like, or even a guy like Xavier Moon, who obviously not in the same situation, but want to come back to the league and even come to a different team, right? The other change that I'm thinking of, and it's interesting because this has nothing to do with the basketball, but it's been on my mind. The music during the game. I don't know why, but that's like going the other way. Like I'm going the other way. Like I'm going against that. I don't like.
No, so, okay. Fun fact.
Like,
What? Okay.
You like the music?
So it's so
Maybe
funny. I'll tell you a story of the first ever game.
Yeah, I
the
can't agree
Winnipeg
with you on
Sea
that
Bears
one.
game. Okay.
I don't know.
So like, because here, for the most part in Winnipeg, like it's just they want the sport. Like they don't need the doodads and the extra stuff. Like I understand where the CBL was coming from. The first thing where it was like we need to build that energy, and a lot of the arenas were empty, so you need to have some sort of atmosphere.
It needs to be some noise.
But I remember the first game, the communications person comes up to me and saying like our Instagram DMs are flooded with people telling us to turn down the music. They didn't want the music. They want to cheer. They want the let's go see.
Yeah.
Because there was 6,000 whatever fans in that first game, right? So it's funny. Like I just don't think it needs to be a blanket. I think certain markets need it. I think other markets don't. And I think there's a place to have it. Like the NBA. The NBA has music for the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. You don't hear any music in the fourth quarter, especially in a tight game, right? In the playoffs, all you're hearing is the doom, doom, doom. You know, like trying to get the crowd into it. Like, get the fans engaged. Like, I understand the party atmosphere that they were going for, and I think it was great. I don't think you have to abandon it completely. I just think a Winnipeg doesn't need that as much and have the party at halftime.
Yeah.
I'll give Winnipeg great credit with their stage that they have in the South Pole, where you have the entertainment at halftime. You've got the entertainment at pregame, but when the game's on, no one even notices that the band is setting up. Like that's the other thing. Like it hit me the other day where I'm like, oh, this band has to set up, and like no one cares. They set up a wrestling ring. I don't think anybody noticed that a wrestling ring was being set up. And you guys, I know we're all wrestling fans here. Like a wrestling ring takes a lot of people to put up and takes a lot of space. And people are like, oh yeah, the ring's just suddenly there. It was like magic.
To Matt's point though, like last night there was points in the game it felt like a club, and that's the part I didn't like. I think it was maybe the choice of music, or it just wasn't appropriate at a certain time. Where it took me away from the game. But I do like music during the game, but it was just maybe song selection.
I just want to read this this comment.
More shebang.
No, from Mr. Nate the Great 7. Mr. Nate the Great 7. And thanks for tuning in, everybody on the chat. Happy to have you here live from Mondays. He says, my son started playing basketball because he got to see and meet Chad.
Wow.
And then hashtag Canadian Players Matter. Again,
well said.
If you truly want this league to grow from a grassroots level, there's nothing more powerful than meeting someone from that you can see yourself in, whether they grew up there or grew up in your neighborhood in some cases, or you know that they're from the same country and have this opportunity. Now kids, and I'll bring up our buddy Schnitzy, who his 5-year-old son, Levi, is a diehard Sea Bears fan this year. And this kid now has a core memory at 5 years old that like would be, I don't know, for name your team growing up that we've had our whole lives, that this is like not a team, an expansion team. This is his team. This team has been around his whole life. And now this kid and many other kids are going to aspire to like, yeah, I want to go to the NBA still. But it's almost like football players. Like I also get to go play at the CFL. Like it's not a silver lining. I want to play for my hometown, or I want to play for Scarborough or Vancouver and hit that winning shot against my hometown or my home province. Like these are the things where I'm like, let's keep it in perspective here. And I had one official tell me like, well, you know, do people really think, you know, care that Teddy Allen's American? No, they care that he's a good basketball player, but also they don't care if he goes on to the NBA or not. For what he did in Winnipeg is what he did. But what made the magic was that he was playing alongside the Simon Hildebrands, right? Xavier Moon had the hockey assist. A guy that played 28 NBA games was the second pass to Simon Hildebrand who hit that winning shot, and who knows where his ceiling is. But that is the magic, is bringing it all together. Don't bring all the G League guys. Get the best of the best Americans that are available, that can take this opportunity. Like Xavier said, he was coming off an injury. He just needed the reps, right? That was a big pull for him. Let's get those guys. Let's not flood it where now it's just all the Americans and guys that are 6th, 7th, 8th guys off the G League bench. Let's make this where we're getting some of the best guys that are knocking on the NBA door that are going to elevate the Canadians and let the Canadians carry this. Someone said this to me in a DM, might have been Smirkio, but he said, I feel like last night was Simon Hildebrandt becoming the face of this team, possibly the face of the league. And if you don't market that, I think you're nuts.
I said this yesterday. It's going to be really cool to see 5, 10, 15 years from now how many young Winnipeg kids were at that game yesterday. And that will be like the core memory that really motivates them to dedicate their life to basketball. And they go on to be that next Simon Hildebrandt. So that's going to be cool to see. I mean, as someone who grew up in Winnipeg, we had Todd McCullough. That was the guy to look up to, right? It was like, well, he's 7 feet tall.
NBA Finals.
So I'm not 7 feet tall. So I'm probably not going to go on to be Todd McCullough. But now if you're a Winnipeg kid, you see a Mason Krause.
Yeah.
You see a Simon Hildebrandt. You're like, I need Emmanuel Acott. You're like, you know what? I could be that guy.
KM is the name,
Right?
saying just what you're saying. Canadians need to stay. One of my fave moments this year is seeing Hildebrandt, Krause, Filowich, and Acott on the floor with Teddy at the same time. All Winnipeg guys.
Winnipeg already punches above its weight when it comes to
100%.
basketball,
Yeah.
but I'm so excited what the next decade plus is going to bring. Like, I think this city's due for another NBA guy, and I think because of the Sea Bears and again what we've seen this season, it's going to happen in the next decade or so.
I think so too. Yeah. XO204, keep flexing, my man.
Keep flexing.
The before we go on here, just speaking of Simon, Dee and I were talking about this yesterday. How much of an argument do you think there could be for Simon to win Finals MVP yesterday?
Big time. It was in the
Like
comment.
Dee and I said we should win it for sure, but I mean,
No,
I had nothing
it's-
against
So
Xavier. But
we had that conversation, and like that, like I was going back and forth in my mind, like during the game. I just think the problem is Xavier just did a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Right. Like
Yeah.
like Simon hit some big shots, but so did Xavier. And Xavier, even to that last point, it's Xavier that carries the ball up, slows it down, gets it in, like makes the right pass to Burns, who kicks it out to Simon. Like that's him reading the floor. But he had the rebounds, he had the assist, he had the blocks. Like he literally did a little bit of everything in that game. And I think if you take Simon out, yeah, you struggle. But like if you take Xavier out, I think a lot of the other points that we see
That's a good point.
don't happen. So I think Xavier was well deserving, and it's a cherry on top for him. He lost that first finals, got the MVP. He can't get MVP this year. Now he's just threes all across the board. 3 MVPs, 3 CBL Finals MVPs, and 3 championships. Screw the team. Like this guy should be in everything.
Well,
I was like, what? I'm like, what's
no, like you're talking about. Should we honor his number?
hot take
earlier?
coming.
Yeah,
Okay, here we
the
go.
irony is like 2 weeks ago when
Joey just hates Winnipeg all of a sudden.
Heel turn. Heel turn. Oh my God.
the irony is like 2 weeks ago, I mean, Matt and I were ready to anoint Khalil the new like MVP trophy. Like, he should be named after Khalil after he hit that shot, right? And then like Xavier reminded us why it's called the X Award, right?
I'll say this though, because someone brought it up in the chat earlier. I think it might have been our buddy John, but anyway, he was saying like, where was the trophy? So I do like this. I like the fact that they get the game ball. That is like really unique. But like, I think the trophy, like there should be a trophy with it, but it's like the display of the ball or something. Like I don't mind
the MVP trophy.
like because we don't have a CBL Finals MVP trophy.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like they just get the game ball, which
Oh,
is like
yeah.
I'm
No, you're
not
right.
against it. I think it's kind of a cool thing.
You want
But
a
it'd be
trophy?
nice if you had some sort of a little bit, man.
No, I'm saying this should be the trophy.
Oh, the trophy.
In Winnipeg, yeah,
Visual
absolutely.
It's
icon
like you
in
look
Winnipeg.
hungry.
That's an iconic piece.
But no, I think it'd be cool if you had a trophy, and whether you name it after a player or a builder, whatever. But have the trophy, but maybe it's something that can hold the ball, but also like is a standalone trophy as well. Because that's one thing. We're at the point now, like 8 years. We're next year's year 9. We're right around the corner to a decade. I think we need more actual hardware in the sense of Western Conference, Eastern Conference final. I want a bigger deal of that. I want the team that wins the Eastern final and wins the Eastern Conference rather in the Western Conference to get something. Have the hats, have the t-shirts. It's better marketing for the teams. You can sell some extra merch, and it's extra photos, right? Extra celebration, and it means something to come out of your conference. And that's what we were saying. Like if they end up ever trying a neutral site, if it was a Winnipeg thing, at least you got your like kind of like the CFL. If you're the Winnipeg Blue Bombers and you win the Western Conference at home, like that is your championship, but also your like official send off. Like what a way to go off to the finals after having a sold out crowd. Sending you off to the neutral site or wherever you're going. But even if it's not a neutral site, I think the NBA does it, NHL does it, and then you have the other superstitions that are fun storylines. Are they going to touch it? Are they not going to touch it? Things like that. But I would like to see more hardware. And if they do go to series, I think you're right. I think maybe we look at just going to the single game, but if you're going to do a series, man, you got to give a game between or a day between at least every game.
Of course.
Because like, if you think about today, what is it? It's 11:40 Central Time.
I think you're ready for a game right now.
It would be
like-
less than 3 hours to
yeah.
game time. Like we would have no time. Like I might get a chance to read your free press article, right? Like going into it, like while I'm going to the game. Like there's no time to digest the stories and build those storylines. You know,
But that's not the fault of the league, though. I mean, again, these
No,
guys
totally.
have places to
That's-
go. They
that's-
would love to have more time in between these games. Trust me, they
Yeah.
know it's not ideal, but like
that's why I think we go to
lots of
one.
these guys have to like beg and plead with their their fall winter clubs overseas, like, please let me stay an extra 48 hours so I could play the finals.
Which
right?
is why I think the finals might not be the play. Like I love the idea, but again, like what makes the finals great is the storylines. Like when you watch any other finals, it's okay, they lost. Here's the initial reaction. The next day we broke down the play, and then you've got the other storylines where you can put like, Isaiah Osborne needed to hit more threes or whatever. But like there's no way to digest it. It's just like turnover, right? And so like that's the thing. If we had a game 3 today, we wouldn't be here, A. And B, we would have a tough time trying to build those storylines and then trying to basically summarize 2 games at once, which just takes away from the whole coverage point. Like if you're a TSN or a Sportsnet, I want something juicy. I need something to throw on my website. I need something to throw on SportsCenter or Sportsnet Connected. And I think that like if you're going to do the series, it has to be that way. And if you can't, to Taylor's point, then don't do it. Just go finals, or maybe you do that like a bye where it's like the if you win the conference, you get the bye to the conference final, and then it's more of like a play-in game to get in there to give you that extra runway to have that third game. But I don't think you could do it in its current structure.
That's the thing yesterday. Like one of the cool things I think that was well done yesterday, and it almost created a riot. But people on the floor, like after the game, it was fun because then you could go and talk to people, and you see Winnipeg people that D and I, when we were hanging around, we've never met, obviously, and they're coming up and saying like, "Oh, this should be this, or this should be done this way, whatever." But one of the things that would have been awesome to see is, again, like if this was game 1 of this series or game 2 of the series, and it was 1-1 now, let's say, there's more runway to create all these headlines and storylines, whatever. But one of the things that someone said to us yesterday, and he was a Brampton fan, and he said, well, if Brampton plays this game, they're not going to lose by 14 again. Like that's not going to happen. So it's almost like, I mean, to play devil's advocate, you can't make anybody happy, right? Like, and again, this is going to sound biased because from a Brampton side of things, but I don't think Brampton would lose by 14 again. Winnipeg was obviously the better team. Like there's no question there, and they deserve to win. So it is what it is. But that 3-game series, like, and people were saying, well, is there like a footnote on this championship now? Well, no, I don't think so, because you're back to the old format, and everybody knew it was do or die. It's not like they showed up at the gym and said, oh, well, we're only actually going to play this game. But it would have been a lot more entertaining to see, like, again, I know we were saying like it was like Brampton kind of won game 1, where the idea was like, oh, that's in theory, whatever.
Well, they're both kind of going like that, right?
Yeah,
it's like
right.
They both won game 1. Yeah.
So, but I mean, in the back of my mind yesterday, as soon as that game ended, I was like, oh, this would have been so sick to have another game tomorrow and see how like Trenton Flowers responds, or like see how like Tyrese Hunter, if he can score, like they got 13 points between Hunter, Tyson, and Peters. Like that won't happen again.
Yeah.
Right. Like they're going to score more. Like will Hildebrand drop 24? Does he have all these quick release threes again? Like, does that, I mean, I don't know. Right. Like, so you have to replicate those performances in order to survive that 3-game series. And that's the one thing that keeps me wondering, like, man, now I want next year to happen. Like I want this to be a 3-game series because I want to see if guys are actually who they are, kind of thing. Right. Like you have a one-off good game, like Teddy dropping 54.
Yeah.
If Teddy drops 54 in a game, nobody's going to beat Winnipeg, right? Teddy drops 15 in a game, it's a completely different story.
100%.
So that I think is kind of cool. Like it lets you know who the real stars actually are. And that was one of the things yesterday. It was kind of like, that was the only thing I was looking at. And I'm like, man, like selfishly, I would have loved to see more of this instead of just a one-off kind of, because again, who knows if these guys
Matt wanted to
replicate.
spend more time in Winnipeg is what he said.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Can't blame him.
Sad I gotta
Oh my
go.
God, we spent
Can't
9
blame him.
hours in the arena after. Joey was pouring beers for everyone and drinking out of Leonard's or David's bottle of wine there.
My
But-
favorite thing about Brampton too is when you called David Asper Lenny's brother.
That is
I was just
that's
like,
our
excuse
perspective.
me.
I mean,
I'm
I
like,
don't
well,
know.
I
Yeah.
just never heard him refer
You
to
just
that.
spit on us. I'm
That's
like, all right.
I just want to bring this up. I feel bad because he just left. XO204, aka Eric. I think we're gonna start calling him Flexo204.
Nice.
So before he headed out, he got in the chat and he said he wanted to get our take on neutral site regular season games like Whitehorse and their success, and if you guys have any future ideas on neutral sites like in the Maritimes. Love it. But it's difficult. I don't think it's just easy to do because there's a hit too to that, right? Like there's only 12 home games a year, and as much as we're like, oh, they're cool, like I don't know how many Sea Bears fans would be like we're losing a home game to go play somewhere. I know Cam brought it up. I can't find it, but Cam, glad you're tuning in. Sorry you couldn't make it. But Cam's like, yeah, like do it in somewhere else in Manitoba. I think it's a prime, if not in the regular season, if they were able to do some sort of preseason, during training camp where you can have a game, even if it's not against another team, maybe it's one of the universities, have an all-star teams or something, but go to the Brandons. Like I was in Steinbach. I don't know if you guys have seen the new arena in Steinbach, but I was there for a curling event. The first thing I thought was like, this would be a stellar place to have a basketball game, like, a Sea Bears game where I know the community would show out. I'm sure you guys from Winnipeg would travel out to Steinbach. It's not that far to go see what it would be like, and a chance to grow the fan base throughout Manitoba. I love the idea. Whitehorse had its, there's some challenges there, but let's be fair. I mean, it was the first time they were ever playing a professional sport in Whitehorse. That's not built for that kind of thing. I love the Whitehorse thing. And I'm glad they're going to do it for another couple of years. But the Maritimes would be great too. Quebec
Halifax
City
is a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, Kelowna had a great showing. Red Deer, Lethbridge. I'm a fan of them. I think it's in order to grow the game. It's tough. The NFL was trying it, still doing it with Europe, right? And the first thing you get is people are pissed that I can't fly to England to go see this game from Jacksonville. It's just not doable. So I think I like the idea, but I understand where there'd be pushback from owners just because, or not even. Owners might make their money elsewhere if they think they're going to get the turnout, but fans, it's a rock and a hard spot at this point. I think it has a lot of value, but also I can see that, like I say all the time, you can't worry about fixing the markets so much that you're forgetting about the markets that make this run. You can't try to get people in Brampton or Scarborough by forgetting the people in Winnipeg and Vancouver, and Calgary and Edmonton, right? Or even Saskatoon, trying to get people in there. You got to still cater to the fans that are here while also trying to build, and that's a tricky thing to do.
The outdoor game would be cool to try again. I know that was.
I agree with you. I was one of those people. I'm like, I don't know why people are so pissed about this. I get it.
Just bad luck.
Bad luck. It was probably a bad time of year
in Montreal,
but it was the availability. That was the other thing. Where they have tennis tournaments at this time of year, right? So. But I thought hey, that was very innovative. You still got a half of basketball. I don't think anybody was really paying attention to the score. I was certainly just I want more shots from the bottom where I can see the sky. I want to see that it's outdoors. I would love
where would an outdoor game in Manitoba be?
The Forks, but you'd have to build a.
Where would everyone? The Forks. Oh.
You couldn't do it at IG Field. It would be.
Yeah, actually, yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
do it, but you'd have to I think if you were to do it there, it would have to be almost like an exclusive event. You'd have to bring in a ton of stands and things like that. But
Blue
I still
Cross
think it'd be cool.
Park where the Gold Eyes play.
I thought about that, but it's a weird. Baseball's always weird. Anytime I go to an event at a baseball field, if I'm sitting in the grandstand, it always feels like it's just made for baseball. I wouldn't be against it. I mean, I would if there's a market there, I would try it. But I always think of the Raptors playing at the Sky Dome. I was one of the people that got to see the Raptors play at the Sky Dome. And as a kid, it was really cool when you're there. But when you see the pictures, I'm like,
damn, you're old.
I was gonna say that was on his 65th birthday.
Not all. I love this though. See, look at D. Not a gray hair in the beard or in the hair.
That's why he wears a hat.
He is 57 years old.
Benjamin Button over here.
Yeah, no, but I would like to. I don't know where would be a cool another one Vancouver, by the ocean or something.
That'd be sick. Yeah.
Remember that TSN for FIFA? They had that I don't know what it's called, and Chris Wiggins will probably chime in and tell us on the chat, but they had their background where you could see the ocean.
We were there,
mountains.
The square. Yeah,
The
we went to
square,
that. That was beautiful,
dude. If you could do something like that, where you could just get a shot where an aerial shot where you're looking down at the court, but you're seeing an ocean, same thing in the Maritimes. But I just don't know what territory they have where you can build that kind of thing.
Did Michigan play on a ship?
Yeah, the Navy game.
Yeah,
the Navy ship. Yeah.
I don't know if I want it to get hokey though. That works for college. At the same time, you got to walk that line of we're still a pro basketball league. We're not the NCAA or whatever. But I don't know. I'd be open to. I think neutral site games are awesome. Sorry, go ahead, guys. I was
trying to think of where in Toronto they could do that.
Rogers Stadium.
Oh yeah.
It's already
Gregory
there.
says the Assiniboia Downs or.
Yeah,
that might
that's where NBA Hoop It Up was back in the day.
Hoop It Up. Oh man, what a throwback!
And Chris Wiggins says, an Olympic Village in Vancouver. That would be.
That's what. Yeah.
Damn.
I don't know when the GTA. No, I'm trying to think of
Dundas Square.
That would be really cool.
Just do it right downtown.
And you make all the screens in Dundas Square. It's like our Times Square.
I mean, I imagine that's an arm and a leg, but still, if you get to the point where it's hey, we're gonna put all our chips in that, and I don't think that'd be the one time I think all Canadians would be hey, cool, this is being played in Toronto. It would look really cool.
You know what they do too, and if you haven't seen this before in Toronto, every year they put a rink on top of one of the buildings. in the winter. So like Molson does a campaign where they put a rink and you have to get invited up to go skate on this.
Yeah.
And it's on like a 50-story building. That's what I'm saying. You just can't miss shots though, because if you go over the side, serious lawsuit.
I mean, Toronto traffic is already bad.
That'll be the last
flying basketballs. I mean,
the
that's
last
totally
year of the
different.
league if a ball goes off the 50th floor. I don't know. That would be cool. An outdoor thing, I think that was like, again, just bad timing. But the idea of it was cool. I mean, and that's the thing too. Like, we talked to Shannon yesterday about the stuff that happened, obviously, in Scarborough with Brampton. And as much as it is not good, it's also good because it's publicity and there's so many eyes on it, right? Like, you turn something that's negative into a positive. That IGA Stadium thing was also one of those, right? Like, even though it didn't really work out, we got like a half of basketball in-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
And everybody was talking about it though, right?
Yeah.
Like, as much as it like, so again, for such a young league, publicity is good, right? Like, no matter if it's positive or negative, obviously
Especially when
you
you're
want to be on the
pushing
right
the
side.
boundary.
Yeah, like
you know, that
that's-
was like pushing. What can we do here?
no
I
cookie
thought it was.
cutter.
I just want everybody here, if we can. We've got Joe from Leicester, UK, tuning in because he's asking if this was a live early evening. No, Joe, this is morning time in, or maybe afternoon. I don't know what time it is. No, it's still morning in Canada. Joe was here for a game. Was there for the 54-point game. We talked about his ties with Teddy Allen. But let's all say hi, Joe, on the count of three for our friend overseas watching. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, Joe.
Love that he tunes in. This is like, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning. I have no idea. But Joe like tunes into our post game and our pregame.
What time is it in the UK?
What time is it?
Stat Guy Ty.
Stat Guy Ty. Yeah. Hey, Stat Guy Ty, come and give a quick wave, man. Everybody here was like, oh, that's Stat Guy Ty. It's funny.
Keep going, Ty. Keep going.
Stop right there. Oh, I was going to say, you could have been like our
Just
Wilson
right
from
through
Home
the
Improvement.
table.
You only see the top half of his face. Yeah, I know this, but he tunes into every pregame and postgame, and he watches every Seabears game. And this guy is doing it in the wee hours of the night. So I love the passion.
I think people would be surprised with our Seabears podcast how many viewers and listeners we have outside of Winnipeg. Like, there's people dialed in on this team and league
2 guys from
far
Brampton.
and wide. 2 guys from Brampton, believe it or not. But overseas, like,
Yeah.
there's some like
Well,
very
that-
random countries that pop up.
that was
playing
the
Brampton, bro.
best part. That was
Sorry, Port
yeah,
Dalhousie. How much?
it
Cut
should
his
be
mic.
Dalhousie.
Cut
but-
this guy's
We had
mic.
this conversation last night.
Cut this guy's mic.
but
That's
that
a
was the-
disgrace.
That was the best part about going to game 1 in Brampton, like meeting people in Brampton that have traveled from Winnipeg that like, you know, and I don't like, and I always say like, come say hi. Like at least I can give you like a quick conversation kind of thing if I'm working or whatever. But I guess because we're in Brampton smaller, like more people were coming out and being like hi or whatever, including Simon Hildebrandt's grandmother, Judy, who probably enjoyed last night's game.
Dude.
She came over
So
to
the
say
wedding's
hi.
today, right?
I think so.
This was up in the air.
Are we crashing it?
Where's Ian? This was up in the air. We were
No,
talking
it's
about
not
this
today.
But if I was gonna
It's
say.
this week. I heard he's getting
This
married.
we've heard
Okay.
we've heard Thursday. We've heard this week. I don't even know if he knows when he's getting married.
Yo, DMC,
Probably doesn't know
where are
what's
you
going
on
I
on.
have
this?
no
Yeah.
idea. I
It's
It's
your
the one
territory.
thing we needed you for.
That's why you're
because
here.
like, what if there was a game 3 today? Like, how
DM
much-
No, there's no way he's
fiancé.
getting married
right?
today.
That's
On
what
a Sunday too. Yeah.
DM his fiance.
That would have been a
But,
great
like,
juicy
isn't
story.
it no, but isn't it also irresponsible? Like, because I got married 3 years ago, and my wife would have killed me if I planned a wedding the week of championship weekend. Because like, what if he tore his Achilles or something? Like, he's screwed for the wedding next week, right?
I think it'd be pretty epic if you're coming down the aisle in crutches, though.
Yeah.
It's a warrior, man. We're gonna survive. If I survive this walk down the aisle, we're gonna survive this
There
marriage.
we go.
You know who should have probably tore their Achilles yesterday? What is it? Terrier Achilles? Is that what it is?
Be careful where you're going with this, eh?
No,
So,
no.
wow,
I mean,
this is kind of dark.
This is pretty
based on
dark.
based on his actions, Anton, that guy's nuts. The guy
Oh,
that runs around
yeah.
there like
Oh,
It's
yeah.
on the hype guy.
Winnipeg
I'm like-
legend, man.
dude, I'm
Winnipeg
like
legend,
I'm
that
like
guy.
watching the game and then like all of a sudden out of the corner of my eye, I'm like seeing this like thing with lights on run by. I'm like, is that like a
Well,
robot or something? And then he's running on the boards. I'm like, this guy's like,
he was
does
in
that guy
Brampton.
drink?
He was in Brampton. No, and that's what he said. It was so funny because I saw him in Brampton and he was getting like the Winnipeg guys hyped in Brampton. And he's just wearing like street clothes, but he had like a Seabears glasses, or he's wearing no, I don't think he was wearing his normal glasses. I don't even think he had his fun glasses on. Anyway, but you're like, I introduced you to him and he's like, man, that guy's like high energy. I'm like, this is nothing. Like, you should see him at a Seabears game.
Oh my
Forgetting
God.
I ever said that. So I'm glad you saw it because I was trying to explain. I'm like, yeah, he lights up. Like, it's just a weird way to.
He lights
This guy
up.
lights
Literally.
up.
Literally lights
His
up.
eyes have messages, and he's all over the place. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I remember asking him, he's like, man, if I had like any kind of alcohol or anything in me. He's
So he
like, I
doesn't
would
drink?
I don't know if he doesn't drink, but he doesn't drink before.
Oh my
he does
God. I was
that.
watching him. I'm like, this guy housed like
He's-
15 packages of Fun Dip before this game. And he's just
Yeah.
like darting around and everything. I'm talking to him yesterday. He's like, yeah, good to see you, man. I'm like,
It's that honey dill
Jeez.
sauce, man.
yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Powered by Honey Dill.
One
You want a
full
little
genie
now?
cake.
Yeah, you want-
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah,
Give me a
you
little
want-
genie
yeah.
cake. I'm getting hungry now. This is
Here, let me give you the MVP trophy, Finals MVP
Yeah.
trophy.
People are walking in, probably think we're doing food reviews here.
Man, yeah. Joey, tell him your review. They're not even paying attention.
That's how much.
That guy was unreal though. Like, and that's another one of those things where, again, when you have the privilege of having 10,000 people at a game or whatever it is, like guys like that. So he's what, the Winnipeg Jets dude as well,
Mhm.
and he's just running around with like lights. How does he not get electrocuted? Like, something's got to go. I don't know. I just feel like there's so much room for error.
He actually
there.
powers the light. It's powered on his own energy.
Yeah, there you go.
You guys have so many characters. Who's that dancing guy at the sidelines as well?
Dancing Dave or whatever.
Dancing
That's
Dave?
in Gabe.
Gabe. Yeah, it was
Oh, I
Gabe.
kept calling him
Winnipeg
Dave.
icon. So for decades, Gabe has gone to seriously, he goes to every single Jets game, every single Manitoba Moose game, every Seabears game, every Bombers game, every Gold Eyes game. When Valor FC was here, he was at every Valor
So
game.
be at the baseball game today too. Then
Yeah,
Totally.
oh, yeah.
He goes to the
And he
Westman games,
dances.
Bison games, and he's been dancing for decades
guys-
and decades and decades.
Do we have Simpsons fans here? Remember the
Simpsons.
Dancing Homer episode?
Oh, I thought the Simpsons. were a
I'm
team or
still
something.
not sure, because I've not lived in Winnipeg my whole life. Who came first?
yeah,
Because there's a lot of Winnipeg references in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
There's a ton. Yeah, because his dad was from here, right? Or worked here or something. And so anyway, there's a connection there. And now I'm curious if the Dancing Homer episode is based on Dancing Gabe. There's a lot of similarities in that. But he's like, if you've ever seen the Dancing Homer episode of The Simpsons, like Dancing Gabe is like the real life version of that. He's like taking on mascot duties himself. He's number 91 in every jersey he has. It says Dancing Gabe on all the jerseys.
What's 91? What's that?
when he
That's
started.
his number.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I guess
That's just his.
yeah, like he's got number 91. That's Dancing Gabe's number. Like, to be fair, like that guy should have number 91 retired in every Winnipeg stadium there is, including the
1000%.
university. Like, he goes to Westman games and Bison's games for the big ones. Like, not everyone, but he'll show up to those too. Like, there needs to be a Dancing Gabe banner in every arena or stadium in this city.
Man, he needs a leash. Like, we were watching him. He's like running out halfway onto the court and everything, like running up and down the sideline. I'm like, you do that in Brampton and you're in jail by like
no.
half
But
time.
here's the thing: Dancing Gabe has his own set of rules.
Okay,
Like, you
so
know,
it's his
Dancing
world.
Gabe,
Okay.
like Dancing Gabe gets
His
gets
rules
the
are there are
stage.
no rules.
Exactly.
Yeah. You know?
And like they put him on the jumbotron and people go nuts. Like, I remember when I first moved to Winnipeg. Like, before I moved, there was a guy from Winnipeg that I worked with in Edmonton. He's like, "Oh yeah, when you go to the game, like look out for Dancing Gabe." He's like, "You know what I'm talking about?" And then what's that? He's got a
Yes,
book
a
out.
few years ago. Yeah, published a book. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get that. I did not know that. Yeah, Dancing Gabe is like, and I'm like a big person on like fans and like the fan experience, and like there could be a documentary on Dancing Gabe. Like how a city is like galvanized by that guy just dancing. Like, it's funny, and he's got his moves. Like, I remember the Jets had it one year where they were like putting the moves that he does on the Videotron as he was doing them. It was like, yeah, like he's awesome.
When I get a card from someone, it's like, oh, this is nice, and then I'll be honest, it's in my recycling bin within 48 hours on most occasions. But Dancing Gabe, he sends Christmas cards out
No,
to
he
a bunch of
doesn't.
sports people.
Come
yeah.
on.
So I've been getting a Christmas card from Dancing Gabe these past few years, and
Oh,
I keep those cards. But this
72
is
hours.
awesome. What a
Yeah.
nice gesture from Gabe.
I
So.
want to bring this up. This is from Andrew 17B, going back to Anton. He says, "Now I'm not sure like if this is actually true, but I'm going to read it because it's interesting." He says Anton made a suit with built-in fire earlier this year, then proceeded to destroy the suit by literally lighting himself on fire. I read it because it's believable. Like, it very well could have happened.
I've known this guy for like 24 hours and I believe it. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Where
that's
is he
not
now?
surprising
Does
at
anybody
all.
know if he's alive? Or what is he doing?
He's pretty turned after the game.
Yeah.
Actually,
I
to put it in
can
perspective, Gabe was just this was big news in Winnipeg. He was just at his 476th Bombers game
imagine. Wow.
this year. So think about that. There's only
I
what
play 9 home games a year
9
or
home
whatever.
games,
So
times, yeah,
Oh
whatever.
my gosh.
As we've
Times
seen
something.
time and time again, math is not my strong suit. So
Does
I'm
he
not
have
doing that.
season tickets to every single like team then, or is he?
oh,
buying
he
yeah,
doesn't need a
it's-
ticket. He just
it's
shows
like
up
they
They
and
just let him
please.
in.
Again, he
Red
makes his own
carpet,
rules,
roll
man.
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
like Rod Black, who is a Winnipegger, and has gone on to national and international stardom, probably gets checked at the door before Dancing Gabe does. in Winnipeg.
1000%.
Yeah, Dancing Gabe is just like, you're in. Like, yeah.
The mayor,
He's in
premier,
there.
all of them. No,
I
but
won't
Gabe's
lie.
on his
One of
own.
my favorite things
own
about
level.
going into like for the local games, we go through our media door, and I will say 90% of the time, Dancing Gabe is there, greets me, says, Joey Slattery, hey, and then he gives me a 5, and then we talk about the game a little bit, and I ask him what his prediction is, and he always says, "See, Bears are gonna win," and he's like, "Have a good game," and then off he goes. But he's there before I am, as like by the media door, like so. I'm like, he probably gets in before the doors even open.
Does he always wear the same thing too, like the same shirt?
No, he's got the. It depends on the because he has like the different jerseys. He wears like the
jerseys.
appropriate jersey for the team.
There's a sale idea for the team. Sell.
How's there
sell
not a
his thing.
Dancing Gabe dance cam?
Well, he was on there yesterday, but I think
But
a
it's
kid
gotta
beat
be
him out.
titled
A
him.
kid beat him out as like
That's
That's
a good
the move.
idea.
That's
That's a
the
good
move.
idea.
That's also
Yeah.
probably
Sell
the
shirts.
only
That's the thing.
man that will get cheered more than a child on a video board too. Like if they had a dance off, like you always see like the boo and it's like the opposite team and the kid gets the cheer. Like I feel like in Winnipeg, like, it might be like they won't boo the kid, but they're definitely not cheering loud.
Now we have
for dancing.
2 shirt ideas. We got the dancing shirt, and then the too high, too low Mike Rainbow. We need to start creating some merch
There you
here,
go.
Joey. Sort of boys
all the
t-shirt.
stuff. Any more questions from you guys? We can go for a little bit more. Let's go for another 10 minutes, and then we'll start wrapping this up. But okay, you guys are the visitors here, and Winnipeggers, we love hearing how great our city is. What was your review of your first 24 hours in Winnipeg?
I'm really
I'm
excited.
tired. I just want to sleep. Sorry. That magnesium hits different.
What were we talking about yesterday in the car when we were going back to the hotel, and you were talking and I was like half asleep just saying things? What did I say? Something about Teddy. We were I don't know, we were like so like Dee and I were like just dead. Well, I was dead tired.
Rebounding.
Something about like I'm like Teddy plays like point guard and a big or something. I
Yeah,
was just like half asleep. Oh my god, Teddy plays. But I think that summarized the last 24 hours in the sense that like everything was basketball focused, but we were sleeping the whole time, which was nice. So I slept half the game yesterday, which was also nice in the suite. No, it's been a ton of fun. We're really excited to leave, which I'm just kidding.
It's like another heel
Like
turn.
we're literally in a corner. Yeah.
Just kidding. No, Dee and I have talked. It's obviously the thing that I think bothered us the most is we didn't have a ton of time here, which
Yeah, 'cause you
means
got that
we
flying
get to
out.
come
I gotta
back.
put this out there. You guys will all laugh. So my wife loves aquariums and she loves animals. And her number one rule to me this weekend is like, you're not allowed to see a polar bear and you're not allowed to go to the aquarium. So I have to come back specifically for that. So really looking forward to that. Sorry to steal your
Don't worry,
thunder,
Santa.
but
We didn't bring him
No.
anywhere near the zoo.
And that's where David Asper
saw
got the
that.
idea for the Sea Bears name.
Yeah.
He was at the Journey to Churchill exhibit at the zoo and seeing the polar bears or whatever, and he read a sign, I believe, there, right? And that's where he saw. And then he Googled it or whatever. Then he saw that sea bears
I love
means
that.
polar bears in Latin or something,
So
and that's
Winnie
where
the
the name came from.
Winnie
So
the Pooh came to light at the Assiniboines or the was it called that back then? The Winnipeg Zoo. I don't know what it was called, but the zoo in Winnipeg, that's like Winnie the Pooh as well. That's Winnie the Pooh was
Oh, don't
inspired by
tell
the
her
bear
that.
there.
Yeah,
And
we're coming back next
Winnipeg
weekend
Sea
for sure.
Bears. But also good thing that David Asper went there because the other name of this team was going to be the Coconuts. That's why at the end of the show yesterday I said go
Coconuts?
nuts.
yeah,
Yeah, I
he
think
was
you
like
got it
big
right.
into
With the sea
Yeah.
bears.
Yeah,
he wanted to go like a Savannah Bananas type of
that's
vibe.
awful.
Yeah.
That's the only
We-
bad thing that guy
Actually,
ever had.
there's
in
another
mind.
merch idea. Maybe I'll
Something
throw
like the
that out.
Mambas.
Just one thing. Oh,
I'll throw that out. I mocked up logos. Remember we
Yes,
we had him
yeah.
talk about the story. We did like an Instagram thing, so I actually mocked up Winnipeg Coconuts logo of a coconut playing basketball. Maybe we'll mock up that merch for the Winnipeg Coconuts, almost established 2023.
The almost coconuts. Yeah.
But yeah, no, because that's why when I said go nuts, because that's what he was thinking. He's like, yeah, because everybody like
Go
our
nuts for
tagline will be
coconuts.
go nuts,
Yeah.
and he was dead serious about it. But I
No,
think
but
the
like
Sea
for
Bears
me,
is the right call.
I don't know. Did you finish your thought there, Matt? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying we were happy to be here. It's a ton of fun. Again, the hospitality has been awesome as you see this fine gift of goodies from you two. Thank you again for that. And then Joey letting us
We're going fishing next.
letting
We're-
us
we're
letting,
gonna have to-
letting us go. Well, that's the other thing. I mean, I feel like being here like yesterday was rainy and we weren't really outside or whatever. And then,
That was terrible. Like arriving at the airport and we're just like, "Welcome to Winnipeg." It's like overcast, raining.
And they wouldn't let us back on the plane either. We tried to get back on. And they're just like, get out. They closed
They're
the door
hiding under
already.
the
I'm like,
seats.
"That's a-"
D almost got away with it because he could fit under
yeah,
the seat.
yeah. It's actually good though. You never
Get them
need
all
to,
in 5 more
you
minutes.
never need to
okay,
go.
Joey.
You were just the personal item. I'm just putting you under the seat. I'm like, you don't need to buy you a ticket. No, but I think like today obviously is a much better day in terms of weather. I think we're going what's it called? The Spoons?
Forks.
The knives,
Stupid. I was
actually.
so
The
dumb. I
knives,
don't know why I
actually.
said
Yeah.
that. But anyway, that we're going. I think we're gonna go there. I don't even know
Yeah.
what it is, but I mean that's the thing that keeps coming up on
You're
D's
gonna
radar
enjoy
at least
that.
of things. So
You know what though? The second seat was really for Matt's ego. So we had to
Yes.
put you in the understorage.
Why do I?
'cause-
I don't know, man. That's terrible. Anyway,
to me, there's like a massive.
No comment.
For me, Matt, there's like a massive silver lining. Obviously, we didn't get the outcome that we had seek personally with Brampton and following this team and following in love with the front office staff. But to me, like this trip, like like to be able to do this, see the fan base, the reception, like I think Matt and I can say if there's another game and opportunity to come out here, like it's kind of like a no-brainer for us. Like if there's another championship here, whether our team's involved or not, like this is going to happen again 100%.
I would put it that way too. I mean, if this was two random teams playing in this finals, like if you had like Montreal against Saskatoon, I would still come back here and watch this, right? Like I think it gives you a reason. And one of the things that, again, Shannon said to us yesterday is it shows that people care, I think, about this league. And not that here, let me get my ego out of the second seat, but not that like
Because Matt Bonomi was coming.
Anybody?
That's
Yeah,
when they
I'm
had
like,
the ticket booth. So they're like, "Oh, Matt Bonomi's
yeah,
coming."
yeah.
They were only at like 3,000 tickets, and then just skyrocketed.
Yeah, you're welcome, Winnipeg. You're welcome, Rod Block. But I think one of the things that at least like was shocking, like when you and I were talking about coming, everybody that we talked to in Brampton was like, "You're not coming, you're not coming," and I'm thinking, at least there's like this expectation or this expected level of care and want to be involved in this now. So I think, like we said yesterday, if you haven't come here, it's obviously different watching it on TV or YouTube or whatever you're streaming on. But if you do come here, I think it's one, worth it, and two, you'll begin to care a lot more because what is out here is really special, right? And it's not like your average gym where you're playing at a community center, not to subtweet any teams, but that kind of vibe, right? Like it's totally different than what we have in Ontario. And I think we need more people around this league. We have a great contingent of people that do care, but more and more people, once you come see these things, you care even more about it. And that's how the league's going to grow, right? I mean, like you and I saying, I would have said to you at the beginning of the year, if you said we're going to Winnipeg, I would have been like, I don't even know. Like I was saying to Ian earlier, I'm like, I don't even know how far Winnipeg is. I don't even know. Like that's
Well,
terrible.
good thing you didn't drive here because
Yeah.
the whole drive is Ontario.
We started driving and then we turned around.
To me,
Yeah.
anyone that's a Canadian basketball fan, anyone that's a part of the league, anyone that's following a current team, like you just have to experience this to know what the ceiling could be, right? Like if you're in some of the other markets, you're kind of just at the floor, but like you could see what following this league, what this league could potentially be and how much you can do for your team by having this experience, right? That's what I've taken back. Like I'm just like, oh, like this has a chance to go really big because of fan bases like this, like how much this owner cares about the team. So I think like it's just like you have to go through that to understand it.
Yeah, and like
It's like the CFL. Like I'm sure everyone says you have to go to Saskatchewan game to realize what football in this country can be like.
Or
right?
Winnipeg.
Whoa.
Winnipeg too.
Winnipeg.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Winnipeg.
Yeah, what the
Now,
Hey,
now
whoa.
you might want to
What
leave
the
me.
hell
This
was
is,
that?
exit stage right here on this one.
I was
yeah.
supposed to go to Blue Bombers game Friday night too. That's
Yeah,
ironic.
wow, this guy really putting his foot in his mouth. That was like that was the most offensive thing you've said this entire year.
I clearly know nothing about
Yeah,
football.
look,
in this
everybody's
country.
face. We were all smiles. And they're like, no, but even this, like you guys coming out, appreciate everybody who came out here today to listen live and be a part of this and supporting it throughout the year. Like, and everybody on the chat who's watching too couldn't make it. I know there's a few in there saying they wanted to be here. This is what makes it really special too, to be out here and have you guys here, whether you're from Winnipeg, Manitoba, across Canada. And I know for a long time it was the only the Winnipeg show. And we did have a lot of, listeners and viewers that were just wanting to listen to basketball because they love the league. And I appreciate you guys, like not only for coming out here, but just, getting the Brampton show off the ground. I mean, for a market like Brampton, this is really important because whether it's a small fan base or not, in order for growth, they need to be connected to it when it's not being played. And shout out to the guys in Vancouver, Chris Wiggins and Andrew Savory, who, Vancouver's got a diehard fan base, and the Vancouver people, and I'm sure there's people from Vancouver watching or listening, whether live or on replay, appreciate you guys as well, because, we need to have a little bit more of this. And it's been a lot of fun to do it this year. It's not our last episode. Like, this is our last of the finals. But Brampton will have a wrap-up episode. We'll have one, so will Vancouver next week. And we look forward to doing this all year. Hopefully we'll have a little youth sports coverage in the off season. We'll see how it looks moving forward. But no, it's been a lot of fun. I also want to thank our sponsors. Wouldn't be possible without Mondays, where we are right now having this live show. Thank you, Mondays.
We love you, Mondays.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
They get the blenders on. They're like, screw these guys. Get them out. He's about to take a.
This is the equivalent of playing the music in the Grammys.
Yeah.
They're like, you've been here too long.
And it's all going to finish with Zach Colaros throwing a spiral at D's head through the window in a second. Phil Potts not catching that. Yeah.
But also Zwieke. I'm wearing a Zwieke shirt today. Shout out Zwieke. Finn's on Grant as well. I forgot to pick up the gift certificates. So we're going to find a way to give those away to the Winnipeggers. We've got a bunch of gift certificates from Finn McCool's. And thanks for Finns for putting on the teal party. I know it didn't work out in game one, but hopefully we'll see more of that. Hopefully we'll see more bars and establishments having away games on TV so we can watch it and enjoy this team when they're away. That's the hardest part, I think, is getting together to watch these games in a place where we can share it, right? We all do a great job of watching at home with family and friends, but it's nice to see this community. I don't know how many of you guys actually know each other, but everybody's shaking their head no, but it's great to see that we all enjoy this together. So this was a lot of fun. I really appreciate you guys all making this this trip on the day after a championship, which is tough because I don't know how everybody's feeling, but I was worried there's going to be a lot more tired faces, if any at all. And we didn't know how many people. That's the other thing. Like, we'll do it live. People show up, great, but it was great to see people come out. And we really enjoy this. And thank you to everybody who's tuned in throughout the years. We have one more episode, as I said. And this is a great day for Winnipeg. I think it was a great day for the CEBL. It was a tough season. We've talked to that. We've alluded to that. And it was a nice finale.
And quickly, Dee and I just want to say thank you to you guys for having us. This is awesome. Joey,
Appreciate
obviously, you two, the founding fathers of this wonderful network and a podcast set up here and making it all possible. And then Stack Guy Ty, too.
Yeah,
who's
Stack
done an
Guy
awesome
Ty.
job with everything.
This live was the X factor. Remember, our last episode that we spoke on before the weekend. I said, Joey, if you can orchestrate a live, we're there, like, no brainer.
And I said, no problem.
Yeah.
But I thought it might be a problem. It's also like, shout out to Neil Noonan.
I was just gonna say he deserves some props.
Neil
big
Noonan
time.
set us up with everything.
Yeah.
So if anybody ever needs AV stuff, reach out. I'm not kidding. Neil Noonan is like a savant with this stuff. He got it all set up, loaded. That all I had to do was turn the on button. So Neil Noonan, thank you for everything. Again, if anybody has any AV needs, live streaming or podcasting, whatever, reach out to Neil Noonan. He just an all-around good guy too, which makes it even better. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I didn't know what we would do. The post-game show looked awesome.
Yeah, it was unreal.
We didn't really have a plan for that.
Yeah,
that
if you haven't
just
seen
kinda, that just kind of worked out
jump
really
on
well.
that.
Where I'm like, man, I feel like we're kind of like NBA on, well, I guess ESPN now, but I felt like we're like the inside the NBA guys. Like, it looked really.
And again,
cool.
if you didn't watch it, we got to talk to you. Talked about DJ, Xavier hopped on there.
David
Dave
Asper had right at the end.
conversation.
Xavier, our
Highly recommend go back and
conversation
watch that.
with David Asper was awesome.
And he was coming after me
Yeah.
before he even put the
That-
headset
to
on.
To the point that you left the set. You're
Yes,
like,
Finally,
take
someone
yes.
puts Cousin Tay in his place.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
you wanna
just me.
scrap?
I got to duke out with this guy every week.
I predicted that the team was going to be around 500. Sue me, like he was going after me. He's like, yeah,
well,
well,
careful, he might. I don't know. He was pretty fired up yesterday. I was.
But the
his
reason
team.
why
I don't
I
know
did
if you saw
that-
me kind of moving my seat over. I'm like, yeah, that's Taylor Allen. This is not target score.
But year one, I predicted the Sea Bears were going to have a bad record, and then they had a great record. And then year two, I predicted they were going to have a great record. Then they had a bad record.
you shouldn't bet.
I know I'm terrible. Trust me, I know. Although I did say the Sea Bears were going to win yesterday. So for
Reluctantly though, because you knew your record. You were like,
I felt good about the Bears. I felt good about the Bears.
yeah, that was my issue. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. So
Pardon
this
my
year, I'm like,
language.
hey, I'll go
Sorry,
500.
Mondays,
I'll play
daytime
it safe.
programming.
I'll play it safe.
They're
But then
kids on
I know. Levi just learned a swear word. Great. Sorry, Levi. Sorry, buddy. No, that's I think that's the whole fun of it. Like, and even to the Sea Bears, the support we get from the Sea Bears is awesome. The Vancouver Bandits have been great.
Honey
and
Badgers
the Honey
have been
Badgers have been great
fantastic.
at supporting these
Shout out to
podcasts.
Elias.
Because this is independent. We do this on our own, and we try to keep it as down the middle as possible. We talk about the bad, we talk about the good, and it's all for the love of the league, and it's all in celebration of what we build here, which I think is something pretty darn cool. As I said, this is something once it came to Winnipeg, I wanted to get in, and I became the sideline reporter, and I just couldn't get involved enough. It just kept evolving and evolving. And then Taylor, we said before the team got here, Taylor and I were friends beforehand, and we're like, man, if a basketball team ever came here, basketball was always our sport. We were like, we're going to start a podcast. And then I remember the first episode. Remember the first episode?
I try to forget it because I was, no.
I remember we recorded.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great.
No, we recorded the first episode, and Taylor was like so nervous, and he's like, "Oh, dude, I don't know if we should put it out, man. Like maybe we re-record it." I'm like, "Dude, this is classic cold feet. Let's get it out there into the universe. It'll all work out." And certainly it did.
And now you guys
I
are
can't
fighting
shut
on
him up.
podcast together.
And
Exactly.
Now we're duking it out. Now I'm like, I probably should have just put that podcast. No, I'm just
See what happens when you hang around the unfiltered gang? You can say whatever you
I
want,
know,
right?
No, but
Maybe
this
not.
this is fun, and honestly, this has been an epic year for us too because we got to go live. This was kind of a we didn't really plan to go live at the start of the year, and the engagement's been awesome. And I think I don't know, did you guys like the lives more? That's okay. To be fair, that's one thing we need
Fair.
to be better at for sure. We're going to try and be better with the notice moving
Agreed.
forward. That's the other part, our schedules, because all of us have different jobs and trying to find the time. So if anybody knows a social media person that can build those things, let's get that person
Taking
involved.
applications.
Yeah, we're taking applications because that would help a ton too. So that's the other thing. As well as this is done with no notice, we appreciate that support and people finding ways
Thank
to
you.
tune in, whether it's live or in replay. But yeah, next year we try to do it this year, but again, it's just every year we're like, yeah, we're doing it this time every day. Something happens, and especially this year we had 3 podcasts and 1 editor, so it was like trying to get everybody's schedules round up in 3 different time zones. It's more challenging than I would have thought. But that is the goal. Next year we'll have more of an appointment viewing where we can have something out same time every day. And like if you guys have ideas, like what days did you like watching it? Did you like watching it in the morning? Did you like watching it at night? Like, we've got analytics that we can kind of go by, but also, if there's things that
Let us know.
like, give us your feedback. Honestly, like the targets at Target Score Pod on Instagram is probably the best way. Just send us a message and, give us your ideas, your thoughts, what you liked, what you didn't like. It's your show as much as it's ours. And we like to collaborate with you guys as well. So honestly, just love, it's been a real cool thing. We knew people were listening and watching. I got to say hi to people here and there throughout the thing, but when you're seeing it in real time, where like half the time I'm like not even listening to Taylor because I'm just going through the live.
Oh, I can tell. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just said that a minute ago, and you're just like, okay, whatever.
You've been calling him Tyler the whole year. Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Story of my life with Matt. too.
Yeah, that's we could probably use a producer to go through all this. That's for sure. But no, it's that's been I think the best part of this season is just seeing how the community has grown, not only in Winnipeg and Manitoba but beyond. And no, it's been a lot of fun, and we're gonna do it all again. Again, one more week. We'll have the live shows from our normal locations. Again, thanks to the sponsors that made this one happen: Holt Dentals, Week A, Mondays, and Fins for this finals stuff. This programming has been a lot of fun, and we wouldn't be able to be doing the lives without them. So really appreciate them helping us out to make that all worthwhile. Any final notes, guys, before we wrap this thing up?
We didn't say it yesterday, but I just want to say thank you to Brampton as well for hooking us up with the suite. He and I were included in there, which was nice. Food, cool merch stuff, all kinds of stuff. So thank you to Lenny, Asper, Al Whitley, and company there that made that all possible. And it was fun because we got to meet Matthew Moncrief's aunt and uncle, I believe, and his cousin and whoever else was in there. There were fans there from Brampton. We sat beside at, I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals. There were a couple people in there too. So it was nice to see them travel, but again, didn't need to happen. But thank you for setting all that up for us. That was a ton of fun too. And again, thank you to you guys for allowing us to be here and Mondays and everybody that came out to hang out. That was really nice. And it's a lot easier to watch this on mute. So next time, if you want to mute it, no problem.
All right, with that, thank you, Mondays, for having us here. Thank you guys for being out here. Everybody else, Target Score Pod on Instagram, at Joey Slattery TV on Instagram.
Taylor Allen 31.
Just plug D. Just plug D.
Just the name.
D.
Just my full name. My full Govy name.
Danang Balsera.
Yeah. No, just Dunham. Yeah.
It's just Danang?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Lucky. I wish I just had.
I'm
at
like
Joey. Actually, I have one
wanna
last
spell
question
it?
before we go, because I do feel like we're on the friend set. As much as my name's Joey, I have to say Bonomi's the Joey of this group.
I've never seen Friends. I don't even know. I know the song.
No,
but
he's
I don't know.
Chandler.
Seinfeld guy?
No, he's Chandler.
No,
for
I don't
sure.
watch
You think
TV.
he's smart enough to be
Oh.
Chandler?
I don't watch TV.
And like, I feel like
I haven't seen it. I'm
Ball
gonna
is
say
life.
no. Yeah,
Ball
that's
is
it.
life.
I just watch
No,
CEBL
you-
reruns. That's
No,
all I
but to be
watch.
fair, there's too many characters, so I'll say he's like a Joey Chandler crossbred.
Sure. You're giving too much credit.
I don't even know who any of these people are. So this might be a massive insult, but I'll take it.
Who's
Phoebe. Okay.
I'm guessing Phoebe is a woman.
He wasn't even born when the show came out.
Phoebe Bonomi? I love it. I love
Phoebe
it.
Bonomi. Oh, that's gonna
The
stick.
real Phoebes. What's
The-
Phoebe? Phoebus? What do you call
Yeah,
Phoebus?
Phoebus.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Phoebus and Phoebe. Who would D be? Everybody's like, oh man.
There's no colored people on the show.
Oh.
There's no
Real on.
reference to that.
Cut
There
it.
goes the
Cut
easy-
it.
there
cut
goes
it.
the easy
I got
answer.
some answers, but cut it.
What's that? Fun who? Fun
Bobby? I'll take that.
I don't even know Fun
You remember
Bobby.
Fun Bobby?
When was this show made?
The 90s.
The 90s.
Again,
yeah.
you were not born when it came out.
90s and early 2000s.
You're still swimming around.
I've seen clips of this, but I've never watched this, so I don't even know anything about what. Fun Bobby.
Okay, this
Who
isn't a
knows Fun
Friends- okay,
Bobby?
this isn't a
Now-
Friends
now
Okay,
let's
podcast.
get
we-
cut
we
this
have-
little talk.
listen,
I want
we
to.
have
This is
built
supposed to be like a
I know my
quick, fun way to
Seinfeld
end the
friends,
show.
not as much.
This
Not as much.
podcast has built a reputation for having the longest outros. Let's just axe it, okay?
I'm thinking of the Seinfeld episode with the Penske file. That's what I think of, and I thought that
Who's
was
David
Friends.
Schwimmer?
There you go.
What's his
Ross.
I
Yeah.
think you're Ross.
I'm Ross.
I think so.
Really?
No, David
You like
Schwimmer.
dinosaurs?
David Schwimmer is.
Not
No,
really. No,
no.
honestly,
No,
no.
no. What's now I'm blanking all the names.
Ross, Joey, Chandler.
Rachel,
Monica.
Monica. You be Monica.
I'd be Monica.
Monica.
That's.
Yeah. I think
Neat freak?
Monica's the best one. Yeah.
Don't
I
worry, I'm
agree.
Phoebe.
I don't, know
so
if I'm, I don't know if I'm loving the Monica
Are you
comparison.
neat-
if I'm
are you
being
neat?
honest.
You're Rachel.
I am
You're
a
high
neat freak. I am
maintenance.
Yeah,
a
I'm
neat
pretty
freak.
hot.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
pretty hot.
You might be Rachel.
we all
Pretty
just turned
hot.
into women. That's good. David Schwimmer is best known for his role as the giraffe in Madagascar. By the way, you guys
Okay,
are all
we're ending the
wrong.
podcast.
You guys are
Ended,
all
ended.
wrong.
podcast.
That's who I know. That.
Thank
that-
you,
that-
everybody.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, everybody who tuned in, whether it's live in person, live here, and recording. Appreciate you all. Back next. This concludes our coverage of finals week. We'll see you later.